Yo, what is good, Raider Nation? Happy New Year to everyone who's tapping in with us right now. Appreciate you guys rocking with us on this New Year's Eve special. We have a great show lined up for you guys. So let's go ahead and kick this thing off with a new intro for the channel for Just Raiders. Here we go.
J Raider, the creator with the killer content, hot takes and the dopest. Gas Raider Nation, from Oakland to LA to in Vegas. Nothing greater than the Raiders, only facts. Just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Stand up, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Welcome to the channel. It's called Just Raiders, baby. If you ain't subscribed, then you gotta try. Just Raiders, baby, nothing but love for the Raiders. Been an OG before 93. Shout out to the nation, they always crazy. So nation, ride with me, taking over my style. It's amazing, making hits like Max on the blitz. The silver and black, on the attack. They on the map, if you a fan and you with that. J Raider, the creator with the killer content, hot takes and the dopest. Gas Raider Nation, from Oakland to LA to in Vegas. Nothing greater than the Raiders, only facts. Just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, J Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Putting on shows like Brock on the go. We just like J Raider, the innovator, making shows like Good Morning Raiders, the originator. Raiders Unfiltered, raw, never censored. The post game reaction, nothing but action. Just Raiders, baby. Just Raiders. Just Raiders, baby. J Raider, the creator with the killer content. Hot takes and the dopest, yes. Raider Nation, the only nation. There ain't no question.
Just win, baby.
Win, baby.
Just win.
All right, that is the new intro for Just Raiders. Let me know what you guys think about it in the chat, in the comments. If you guys watch the replay, let me know. Appreciate everyone rocking with us again. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Happy New Year to you, to your families, to your friends. Hope you guys are safe. You guys are not out and about drinking and driving dirty. I already know. Make sure you guys go ahead and get yourselves an Uber. If you guys are out partying, you already know. But we have a great show lined up for you guys. Again, make sure if you guys haven't done so already, hit the like and subscribe button on this channel and on the other channels I have going on. I got my guys who are ready to go ahead and rock with me on this New Year's Eve special. So let me go ahead and bring in first my co-host from Wednesday, the Rated Connection. Got a new show coming out Saturday, so very excited for that. But let me go ahead and bring out none other than Raider Jeff. What is good, brother? How you doing? Happy New Year.
What is going on, everybody? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you and everybody in the chat. How we all doing tonight?
Yeah, you already had your New Year's. It's what, about 1:30 in the morning.
I'm an hour and 26 minutes into 2026. You're still in 2025.
I'm in the past. You're in the future.
I'm in the future, baby.
Weird.
It's awesome over here. Wait till you come on over.
You gotta tell me everything that happens. Let me know. I can make some money right now. Let me go ahead and bring in our other esteemed guest for this evening. You already know, part of that notorious podcast that rocks with Jeff and Leo on Tuesday nights. Let me go ahead and bring in Raider Will. What is good, my guy? Happy New Year, bro.
What is going on, my guy? I'm glad it's another year of being straight cheeks. You know what it is, man. I've been like, hey, hopefully, we end up this season starting with some BTA from them Chiefs giving it to us. Hey, new year, same team.
New year, new me, bro.
Hey, I
Oh,
mean,
man.
like, hey, it's great to be on the show. I want to thank you guys, man. Again, it's been a crazy year for me. A year in review. You guys put me on this live thing, and I think we've been doing it for 6 months now, and
Yeah.
it's been a crazy ride, and I appreciate it, man. No doubt.
Oh, longer than that. Well, because we started the Black
Uh,
Hole back in May or June.
no, we didn't go. We didn't do our first live until August.
No.
Yeah,
Really? All right. So maybe it
yeah.
is 6 months. All right. Hey, I'm old, so my timeline's
Sorry,
all. Remember, I'm in the future now, so I'm
Yeah, you forgot about the past, bro. You already
I'm already forgetting about the
closed up.
past.
Hey,
You already
let
closed
me
that
know if you
chapter,
got that DeLorean because I want to go back to the when the Raiders would win.
Let's go back that far.
Yeah. You need a special time machine, bro.
Yeah.
You need the
Look.
time cop version. There you go.
The flux capacitor won't work that long.
No,
bro.
no.
You need the one with the whole like octagon like in front
And
of it, bro.
O'Reilly's is all.
Yeah.
Did you ever know that? If you go to O'Reilly's website and you look up flux capacitor, they have one on there in their inventory.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, go to O'Reilly's and look it up. Yep.
Uh-huh.
They actually have it listed on their catalog. It's not real, obviously, but they have one listed.
Okay.
I just want to know what the price is.
Oh, I forget. I don't think they have one. I think it's a call to get the price type thing, but it's on there. It's
It'll
funny.
probably be like, you fool. Like, it's
But that's a
unreal.
company that's got a sense of humor, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, call up. Hey, can I get that flux capacitor that I saw?
Oh, we're out of stock.
I had to
with
go
those.
back to when the Raiders would win. Sorry, man. Ain't nobody going back that far, man.
It's like, bro, it was a joke. Now you have it on your
Hi, Rachel.
website. I need it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
man, that's
Rachel,
funny.
thank you so much for jumping on.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Rachel.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and hit the chat. Obviously, we have our people here rocking with us on the New Year's Eve special. You guys are just that lame. You're like us. We're just home and on YouTube with you. But it's all good. We'll be live together. Appreciate my guy Anthony in the building. Salute, salute. Cool Kev. Salute, brother. Appreciate you
What's up,
pulling up. Yaya in the building. What is good, my guy?
Yeah, brother. Happy New Year.
IE Raider Mike. Happy
Mike.
New Year, brother. Happy New Year too. Thank you. Thank you. Our guy Anthony in the building. Salute, brother. Thanks for ringing in the New Year with us. Appreciate you guys. Turtle Dude. Hey, how's it going? Appreciate you pulling up. Salute, salute. Goda in the building. Salute, salute. Happy New Year, fools. Shout out to
I was laughing at.
Oh, that was cute. Oh man, that means Jeff's fancy win was in the past. The future is bright for Savage. There you go. Shout out to Ray Ride, one of my members here at
What's up, Ryan?
Raiders. Appreciate you pulling up, and salute to Rachel as well. Thanks for pulling up. Happy New Year. Yeah, me and Will are on Mountain, so our New Year's hasn't happened yet. So we're still in 2025, but in about 29 minutes, we'll catch up to Jeff. So there you go. Shout out to Michael Guerrero. Salute, brother. Appreciate you pulling up. Hey, with the number one pick, the mighty Las Vegas Raiders select. We're gonna talk about that later on for sure. For sure. So everybody has their opinions. We're gonna get into it. It's great point of views all around. So we're definitely gonna go ahead and talk about it for sure. But let's go ahead and kick this thing off, right? The Raiders, like we see any other show, they sometimes they have the year in reviews, right? Movies year in review. So the Raiders year in review. Now there's not a whole lot to talk about, but there was
hold on. There's a lot to talk about. It's just not good. So
yes,
there's plenty to talk about.
There you go. Thank you. There is plenty to talk about it. It's just not in a positive light. There you go. Perfect. But let's go ahead and really kick this thing off. We'll start from the beginning. And we have to kind of go back to that Black Monday a year ago. And let me
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Black Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was a Black Tuesday, but technically it started Black Monday. We were like, hey, well, what's going to happen with our buddy AP? And let me go ahead and pull that up. There we go. All right, the beginning, the firing of AP. So, as y'all know, the year prior, McDummy got clipped, and our guy AP took over. And we thought it was going to be all peaches and cream, and unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. 4-13 season, and that question was up in the air. What's going to happen with Antonio Pierce? He did a presser, I believe he did on Sunday, and then he did another one on that Monday, if you guys forgot. And then we found out Tuesday, January 7th, the news broke that Antonio Pierce was no longer the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Do you guys remember that? And then what were your thoughts when you heard that happen?
I was actually on a live with Chris. Chris and I were doing a live. I think it was the press. We did a press conference live on Monday during his press conference. And I remember how he left the end of the press conference. He goes, I got to go meet with Mark and Tom. Tom Telesco, and discuss the future of the team. And that's how he left the press conference. And I remember saying to Chris the next day, because we went live after we found out he got fired. And I said to Chris, I'm like, little did he know when he said that at the end of the press conference that him talking about the future of the team didn't involve him being part of the future, So I think a lot of us were okay with him being fired, but there was still a lot. Looking back at it now, probably should have stuck with him.
Yeah.
We would have had, I think, some semblance of something positive going forward. But yeah, I felt bad for the guy. You make the guy come out, do a press conference, and the next day he gets shit canned.
Yeah. I remember everyone got kind of thrown a little bit about it. I did. I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
What are these guys doing? Like, is he gonna stay after all? I guess. What about you, Will? What were your thoughts in that time? And then
at that time, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. I was popping up freaking champagne bottles like it was freaking New Year's Eve right now. Literally, if you were to go outside and see all the fireworks that are being fired off, that's exactly what I was doing. I was celebrating that we fired AP, and I was like, holy shit, we are doing the right thing for this organization. We're going to move in the right direction. And I bought all Pete Carroll's bullshit, and guess what? I'm here a year later still doing the same shit, hoping that another coach will come and save this team.
Right? It's like fucking deja vu all over again, bro. I'm like, man, come full circle again. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Shout out to Alec who just pulled up a little bit ago. Oakland Raiders, he says the old school 6'4" got repoed along with all the other Nissan cars from the lot. Damn, bro.
Oh, man.
Salute to John in the building. Appreciate you. Salute to Steven, my guy. Appreciate you pulling up. Shout out to Steven with a $2 super. Ringing in that new year the right way. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you with that. I was pissed, bro. When AP got let go, I was for AP. I wanted him to stay another year, and it was kind of sad that he didn't get that opportunity. And that regime and that whole year, I know he got to blame a lot, but some of the stuff wasn't his fault. I remember that we would have these shows, and we were talking about AP and how he really wasn't taking control of the team, and some of the decisions. He wanted to run the ball more, and for whatever reason, that could never get done. And it was funny, and I think the same thing happened again, kind of this year in a sense where some of the hires weren't really facilitated by the head coach, and the head coach didn't really have a whole lot of say as far as in the direction of the team. A lot of the front office really had that that's sick. And especially for that draft, as for what he claims that he's been out on social media lately and saying that, he wanted JD5, and we knew that, but his counterpart Tom Telesco just did not want that to happen.
He wasn't set up for success. Let's
No.
be honest. He was set up for failure. When we go out and we didn't get the right offensive coordinator, getting Luke Getsy was freaking us basically saying, oh shit, we need to get somebody.
Right.
Okay. We all know Kingsbury was the freaking guy that everybody was looking at.
Mhm.
Everybody was saying, hey man, having this guy as an offensive guru coming in is going to make a change for the team. But no, we said, hey, guess what? We don't want to give you an extra year, Cliff. And then he went somewhere else. He packed his shit, went somewhere else, and then we go with Luke Getsy. Well, what's Luke Getsy? Oh, yeah, he has the #1 run game. Why? Because the quarterback's running for his life every fucking play. But here we go. Raider Nation's going to be like, oh, man, that's the right guy for the job. Get the fuck out of here, man. AP was set up for straight failure. When you set up a guy like that, that's a young head coach. We all talked about it, man. You need to have two coordinators that are solid at their positions, that are solid at what they do in order to stabilize the team. He's a motivator. AP was learning on the job. He wasn't a guy like Pete Carroll, okay? It's two total opposite things. And the sad thing is that Pete Carroll, with 100 years of experience, is 10 times worse than AP as a rookie head coach. I'd be like, bro, it's incredible. So at the end of the day, man, again, it's pathetic. And it's sad because we said, hey, we wanted to make improvements. But again, in true Raider fashion, bro, when people can say it can get no worse, no fear. Hold my beer. The Raiders are here.
If there's one thing I've learned in the year 2025 that I'm not carrying into the future with me now, I don't think I'm gonna ever probably say can't get much worse than this, because I remember saying it last year, and the Raiders definitely, like Will just said, pulled out the old hold my beer, because guess what? We're going to be worse this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even with a guy that everybody thought was going to come in and do what he could to right the ship.
Yeah. I wanted to go ahead
faster than a fucking iceberg.
Oh, for sure. I wanted to go ahead and highlight this comment. Shout out to Ja. He says, I never wanted AP. I warned fans, bad hire, worst hire in history. So do you guys think AP or P is the worst hire in Raiders history? What are you guys' thought on that? Who do you think was worse, AP or P?
I'll let Jeff go first on this one.
I'm gonna say Pete, because everybody had such higher expectations for him.
Yes,
with his history, his proven track record, and for him to come in and basically felt like he totally forgot what the game of football was all about and how to coach a team. I've never seen a coach that was held in such high esteem in this league at one point just turn into complete mush out there. He was the softest baby poo out there. It was just horrible. Mm-hmm. I give AP credit because guess what? AP won 4 games. Plus the games he won as the interim head coach too. Mm-hmm. Pete Carroll came in here with all this back knowledge, and we thought players were going to come and want to play for him. 2 wins. Possibly still we got one more game to go, but just 2 wins.
2 wins. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it sucks. I definitely would say, and it's his history doesn't warrant to be the worst coach we've ever had, but his proof is in the pudding. It's the worst coach.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Will?
Bro, and this is where I'm going to go with this. I'm going to tell you like this. Pete is the worst hire that the Raiders have ever had. I've never taken so much BTA in a season. So I mean, like, we went to Philly, got creamed 31-0. We go to freaking play the Kansas City Chiefs. We go 31-0. We've taken so many sacks this season. I think we got enough sacks for 3 years. Some offensive lines don't give up 56 sacks in 3 fucking seasons. Let's be honest, guys. This is the worst hire in history because at the end of the day, Pete Carroll had one of the highest esteemed like repertoires that you could see. He had guys that had been winning, had at least 4 wins. They had at least 4 wins. And what are you going to tell me? What player has improved this season? Please tell me what player has improved. Bro, every player has regressed.
Yeah.
Every single player. Jeff has been freaking a Raiders fan since the Raiders were born.
Oh, I'm not that old, but
he's out of years, bro. He's out of years.
He's been there a long time, and we talked about it. This is the worst team that he has ever seen fielded. And Moses parted the sea that day. Okay? When freaking Jeff became a Raiders fan, Moses parted the sea, and this is the worst team that he has seen. Come on, bro.
It is by far the worst.
And that just tells you it's trash.
We had Cisco on with us Tuesday night during our show for the TBH, the most notorious, and Cisco agreed with me. And Cisco's the same age. He just turned 55, so I got him by like 6 months. And this was by far the worst. And everybody always said Art Shell's his second tenure with us was the worst. This blew that away.
Yeah.
Blew that away. Yeah.
Wow.
At least that team had talent. It just wasn't coached very well. This team just doesn't have the talent, man. They can't get out of their own way.
Coaching is not good for sure. I think the worst hire was Pete, and again, it is also for the expectation was high. I mean, look at his accolades. The guy won the national championship with SC, won the Super Bowl with Seattle. He was there. They were winning. It wasn't a one and done type of year in Seattle. They had relatively success. So, we thought we were in relatively good hands. And then it just once they hired the whole coaching staff, and then just kind of going through the free agency. I think free agency was kind of like a big key indicator on how the season was kind of going to go. We didn't make a big splash, but normally we don't. But there wasn't really anybody impressive that we signed, and I think that's kind of how things started to kind of go. And then the draft also was interesting. We're gonna get to that part in just a second, but I remember afterwards it was this whole head coach search that we started to go through at the big name. You had Ben Johnson, former offensive coordinator of the Lions. You have Robert Saleh. That name was constantly thrown around. I forgot his name. Vance from the Jets. His name was thrown around there. We had Pete. We had what's his name from KC?
Spagnuolo.
Spags. Yeah, we had Spags. And then what's his name from
Aaron Glenn from the Lions.
Yep.
Aaron Glenn, but we didn't interview him, and he's
Tony
Ravens.
Tony.
He's a Ravens.
Tony Sparano?
No.
He's a Ravens.
Moverick or something like that. Or he has some last name that starts with an M. I know that much. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Yeah.
Oh, Monken.
Monken.
No, Todd Monken. Yeah.
Yep.
We were supposed to interview Todd Monken. I don't think it ever happened.
Nope.
No. I don't remember.
No, he backed out.
He backed out. Yeah. So I know that the whole talks were going to interview Monken, and he was promising, and that's somebody that I was also hoping that they actually would consider. And then literally we just interviewed Ben. I think we interviewed Vance. We interviewed defensive, I think the former defensive coordinator for Denver, or I think he's still there, and then a couple more other people, and then Ben Johnson fell through. And the next thing you know, I think the following week we made the announcement we went and hired Pete Carroll, and
It's because we were out of options.
we were out of
Couldn't keep
options,
waiting.
right?
Yeah.
But it was funny, and I think Mike McCarthy was out there, and I thought, okay, maybe they'll bring him in and probably do an interview. That never happened either. So I don't know what the front office really mindset was during that time in regards to who they wanted. I think he was option C or D at this point, and I think once that happened, kind of things started kind of going downhill from there. We started hearing all these names coming through for his coaching staff. I think a couple of days later, Spytek got hired after that. I think the next day or two, Spytek got hired for the GM role, and a lot of people were for that. And nobody really talked shit about that hire, but I know for Pete, there was a lot of mixed emotions. Some people were for it, some people were against it. Your initial thoughts? I know Jeff's initial thoughts, but if you want to go ahead and kind of remind everybody what your initial thought was.
Well, I mean, I thought I was all in favor of him at that point.
Right.
Because when I looked at what was available, I figured, all right, a proven head coach with his past past history would be good for this team. We'd get players in here that would want to come and play for him based on that. We'd get coaches here that would want to come here and coach with him based on that. The one thing that I think that really hurt the whole overall situation was the fact that he was hired first and then the GM after. Mm-hmm. It should have been GM first, get the GM involved in the hiring of the coach, instead of letting the owner just handle it outright. They brought in, and that's the other thing, they brought in an outside firm, like a headhunter, to figure out, what was the best case for us to, who to hire for the coach. And it's the same headhunter that hired him prior into Seattle. It was the same company. Yeah, it was the same guy that was headlining that company that brought him into Seattle. So that much I did look into.
What coincidence.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So in hindsight, obviously it's not the right decision. I mean, I even went on Farrow and Severe's show, the 50-50 show, to dispute Severe because he was all, against hiring somebody older and everything. And, we kind of went at it a little bit, but I'll tell you what, since then I've reached out to him and said stuff to him in the chat that I'm like, you were right. I was wrong. I completely concede to this now. I mean, we never should have hired him. Looking back on it now, it was the worst move we made. I would have rather stuck with AP.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the thing. But that was the thing that AP's firing happened, and despite what Raider Nation felt, whether you're for it, against it, whatever, it happened, and we just kind of had to play the card that was dealt. And I was for the Pete hiring initially. Again, years of experience, guy's a proven winner. He's done it at other places. He's going to be able to go ahead and come in and be able to go ahead and put a really good team together. That was my constant mindset, and a lot of the shows that I did was very indicative of that. And I remember seeing that the debate you had with Severe with the whole Pete issue and ageism, supposedly, and he did put a lot of facts, but I think we were just from that hey, let's give this guy an opportunity. Let's see what he can do. He's proven, and he's better than the last guy on paper, right? And then surely
nobody would argue that point.
Right.
Honestly, that was an argument you would. No one was ever going to beat you on that. Who had the most experience, who was proven in this league, and that's what everybody was living off of when we hired him.
Yeah, exactly. So, All the coaches hires started to be made after that. And then I think the biggest thing is when we started to hear like the Suns being hired and being brought on, insignificant. Not even like, hey, this guy's like an assistant or whatever. Like these guys are in like key positions and will be really kind of molding the team as they come together. Sorry, I'm trying to look for the thing that I had. Here, actually, hold on. Sorry, I was on the other one. Here we go. So let me pull this up real quick. This one. There we go. So Brandon Carroll probably was one of the ones that
I like
that really
that one.
that one. Shout out to our guy Raiders Resistance.
No, if you're sitting in the middle, when you had them all up, it won like a big collage up there. You had the one of you sitting there going,
oh yeah. There you go.
It was like front and center, right in the middle.
Yeah, but this guy got hired, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy? He didn't have a big resume. I think he was around. He was the previous offensive line coach for Washington for the Huskies for University of Washington, and then he had a couple stints around the league. The same thing for Nate. Nate, I think, had a stint in for the Panthers. I was doing some coaching there. So I think that was probably one of the first flags that popped up in regards to kind of how the season started to go. But really, I think is like what I said earlier. I think really that free agency was a big thing. We really didn't make we didn't really make a big splash for that free agency. I think the biggest signing up to that point, aside from Geno Smith, was Alex Kappa. Who the fuck is Alex Kappa? Do you guys remember that?
Oh, if you're talking for the offensive line, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, offense period. Aside from Geno Smith.
But Geno Smith was also the big question, right? Because we were questioning the quarterback position, like you guys said. I mean, like even when Pete Carroll got brought on, I had the beer goggles on for all the reasons that you guys told me. I got catfished, bro, literally. And yeah, there were some red flags when we saw Brendan Carroll get hired. But of course, everybody saw, he had coached at Washington. He had somewhat of a resume, right? And then we brought in Chip Kelly. And we were like, yeah, Chip Kelly, where he's going to make it happen. We're going to score 55 points a game. He just won a national championship in college. Man, we got a freaking star-studded coaching staff. I'd be like, that's what we were saying. We were saying, oh, yeah, Spytech, great job drafting with the Buccaneers. So everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid. Everybody was out there looking at it. And then, in free agency, what did we do? Nothing but just shit the bed and sign Alex Krappa. The worst offensive lineman available in that free agency. Literally, the worst.
Yeah.
That was a head scratcher signing for me. I was like, what? Why? Like, what is it in this guy that you see? And it was that's one really that Spytech really has to go ahead and get the black eye for, because
that
was a terrible fucking signing. Terrible signing. But yeah. But that Geno Smith, right? So, I knew that I was surprised from that move. Like I remember seeing like this thing that Geno had put up when first Pete got hired. I don't know if anybody remembers it or caught wind of it. Geno had the eyes, right? It was like it was an announcement that Pete was, our head coach, and then you see eyes, right? And then the whole little bit of rumor started to come out, like, does Geno want to leave Seattle? And then it died down, right? It just went away for a little bit. And then next thing you know, we just get like the news that the Raiders go out and trade for Geno Smith. They give up a third. They're picking up his contract. for basically 2025. And
Yeah.
that I think everybody was pretty shocked on that one. I don't
No,
think
bro,
anybody was
we
for
had
Geno.
James come on the show and was telling us that Geno Smith was gonna be the savior of this team.
Yep.
We had people literally come on the show and say, "Oh yeah, Geno Smith, great pick." I'm gonna tell you what the biggest warning sign was when freaking Seahawks fans call and go, "Hey, thank you so much for taking that shit quarterback and that shit coach and signing them."
Yeah.
Bro, when Seahawks fans literally were happy that those guys were leaving, Raider Nation should have got all those red flags and tuned, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Geno Smith getting flipped off saying, "Hey, fuck that guy. We don't need him." Bro, there's obviously signs from other freaking organizations with the guys that we got. We're talking Geno Smith, Alex Crappa, and Pete Carroll, bro. All guys that got kicked out of where they were supposed to be at before. And people were happy that we signed these guys.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Hey, it's almost midnight where you guys are, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say about 1 minute out. So if you guys are on Mountain, we're about 1 minute away from New Year's. I'm gonna step away in a bit, just to go ahead and hug and kiss my family. But man, don't know how much. Let me see if I can find like a countdown counter. New Year.
You guys are gonna see Jay's balls drop live.
My balls already been dropped, bro. I don't want them to drop anymore. There we go. All right. Oh, I think I can share this one. All right, cool. All right, let me put this one up real quick. All right, we're about 5 seconds away, and Mountain for New Year's. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year,
baby.
to everybody on Mountain
Happy
Time.
New Year, guys.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Well, I'm
Happy
gonna
New
step
Year,
away.
Yeah, me too.
Just a bit.
I'll be right back.
But yeah, we're right back. So, Jeff,
I got you.
go ahead and hold it down. I'll be right back.
Well, welcome to the 2026. It's the future now. Oh, you guys all caught up with me now. So now you're all in 2026 if you're in the Mountain, if you're in the Central. So now we just got the Pacific to go in another hour. So let's go back. Yeah, I know we've missed a few in the chat. So let's see who's popped in since. Bueno, Tana Jack, G-Fam, Jeff was there when Moses brought down the 10 Commandments. Real funny. Because Usher was the bad management of players and personnel. That's what it is. Only competitive in a very small handful of games. Patriots win was fool's gold. Without a doubt, fool's gold. Because you had certain content creators hyping him as like, "Wow, we're set at quarterback now. We've got our guy. We're good to go." If you watch that game, he wasn't as good as everybody thought he was. I'm not old enough to see the Oakland Seniors either. Yeah, neither was I. Clint Kubiak or Joe Brady will make us better, but I'll take Clint Kubiak. I watch his press conference, dude is lock in and has team leadership. He moves and sounds exactly like Ben Johnson. Reed's need a good offensive mind. That is worth it. That's why we're going to talk about the potential coaches. Let's bring you back up. Boop.
All right, there you go.
Woo! Another year of staking straight BTA. Let's go.
Well, welcome to 2026, gentlemen.
Yes,
you finally caught up. You're just 2 hours behind me now.
Yeah, exactly. shout out to everybody in the East Coast family, everybody on Central Time. Salute to you guys. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. And I very much hope this year will be a better year than the year we just got done with. So for sure. Got the New Year countdown timer on. It'll be 57 minutes on the West Coast. You guys will have your New Year's So I'll touch back in a little while with this right before probably the last 30 seconds. We'll go ahead and count it off. So I'll keep an eye
I
on
hope
it.
so, Valerie, but I'm not going to sit here and say it can't get worse. I've already said that. I'm not saying it again this year. You're not going to beat me into that one.
Yeah, I think we will. I think, Val, I think we'll see some improvements. I think it all depends on who you get, right? And
I
this
won't
is
say
where
anything until after we've figured out what's going on with a coach. If
exactly.
Pete Carroll's still here, I'm not putting hope on anything.
Oh
to be
no!
honest with you.
Oh no! And yeah, and you know what? I agree with this here. At that time, like I said, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I was
Yeah.
believing in it. Oh, AP hire.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
and you know what? Oakland, Brian Henry. Oh, sorry, but go ahead.
yeah, it's like revisiting that Versace
Yeah.
hire, like the whole trauma with that and how everybody thought we missed out on that
I
hire. And we don't know.
100% agree, bro. I agree with that 100%. We were living in like that. Oh, what happens if he becomes the guy? We can't fuck it up again. And
but you know what?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw this to you. What if we would have hired? But so think about it like this. Everybody think about it like, what if we make that hire, that Versace hire? Because we know that year's team was really Gruden's team.
Mm-hmm.
Gruden put that team together. That was like was it 3 years prior of getting up to that point. So that was really Gruden's team. So I'm curious to know, did you guys think it would probably have been the same thing as AP happened? Would it probably had like a 4 or 5 win season instead of going through the whole AP thing? Because I think it probably would have been the same. Maybe a little bit better. It probably would have been a 7-10. I don't know. Because
I don't know, man. That was a talented team, though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you think we could have repeated going to the playoffs?
No. So I'm going to tell you like this, Jay.
Maybe
there has to be a lot of stuff, bro, that goes right. And Raider Nation is not patient, bro. Rich Bisaccia would have been learning. You would have had to hire solid coaches. Tell me who would have stayed on as the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Who would he have brought in? Do they stay status quo? Who's going to be the GM, right? All those things would have had to fall in place. And we are notorious, bro, for shitting the bed on something. Like we told you, we hired AP. And we hired what? Offensive coordinators that were not quality where they were supposed to be at? Getting retreads that sucked and got fired?
If you just go back to Versace, what's he done since? He's been basically a special teams coach since he left us. So he hasn't been interviewed for any head coaching jobs that I'm aware of. No, I think he might have gotten one after he was let go just because of him being the interim. I think somebody did interview him that one time, but he hasn't done anything since. So if he was supposedly going to be that good and fans were like, we should have kept him. Well, he hasn't gotten another head coaching chance since then. So,
yeah,
he wasn't the answer, obviously.
Yeah. That's kind of my thing on that. I mean, I don't know if we would have been like a 4 or 5 win team, but yeah, maybe like 7 range, 8. I don't know if we would necessarily gone back to the playoffs the following.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that would have been a hard one because you would have been kind of the coaching experience is more, but it hasn't been at a level like at a head coaching type of thing. So I don't know.
And Savage is right. He did have more coaching experience than AP because he'd been in the league for a long time coaching. AP was still fairly new.
But as a special teams coach, man, and that's the thing. As a special teams
doesn't matter.
Coach,
He's still got coaching experience, whereas AP really came here with not. He was here 2 years?
I think 2 or 3 years.
3 years.
As the linebacker coach, and then in the league. Talk about NFL. He had some experience,
at the college and high school
at the collegiate level.
He had his most experience at high school level.
For a head coach, yes.
Mm.
So you have that, but he didn't really have as much as experience as Rich Bisaccia. So, but could have Rich done, could have been the same as AP. We don't know. Maybe he probably would have been a little bit better. I don't know if he would have really been able to go ahead and turn around team. I think it was just, put peculiar predicament where he got named the interim coach, and you just had the whole Henry. So we had Gruden thing, right? Then the month later, you had the Henry Ruggs shit go down, and that was another black eye for us, right? So he, the whole incident, and RIP to the victim and her dog, sucked. And you had that go down, right? And he was a key player. He was a key player, and it was a blow, for us to be able to go ahead and part ways with him and having his shit going on. Then you had Arnett, the whole Arnett thing. If you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, with the whole, brandishing
with his gun
online, and then they cut him. And so you had all this shit kind of happen, and then he's kind of the glue that held that team together. And we're able to go ahead and go on that run and make the postseason. And we almost won that game too. And now I don't even want to talk about that game, but yeah, we almost came out of Cincinnati going on to the second round. So that was crazy. But kind of let me go back to the free agency. We went out, we traded for Geno Smith, and then we went out and signed Alex Kappa. And we made like a little bit of signings here and there. We parted ways with a lot of the guys. We let go of Spillane, Morig. Andre James was another one we let go, and I think everybody was for that one. But defensively, we let go a lot of guys that maybe could have sticked around, and they were coming off really good years. Chason was a guy that I was hoping that would stick around. Parted ways. We let those guys hit free agency, picked up. They went over to New England, and they're doing the damn thing this year. And then 27 free agents for 2025 coming out for the 24 season.
They got what, 21, 22, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
something
again,
like
another year of a lot of free agents that we're going to do something with. So that's what hurt us right there, was the 27.
Yeah. Now I'll say this, even with those 21, some of these guys, talent's not as quite as good as the previous year, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Yeah. And so some of these guys is worth letting them go. I think we need to go ahead and let them go.
Well, a lot of these are guys we actually signed to 1-year contracts, show me deals.
Right.
No, that's a big difference. Last year they were just free agents. Their contracts had run their course.
Right, exactly. And I think Spillane was one of those guys that I really was hoping that they would bring back, and that didn't work out. But again, minimal splash during free agency. We move on to the draft, and then all talks were, are we going to go ahead and trade up for Cam Ward, for Shador? Those talks were going
Oh,
on.
my gosh.
Who are we going to get?
Shador Sanders was my worst
6?
nightmare during that time.
Yeah. Who are we going to get at 6? Are we going to trade down? And if y'all remember, me and Jeff were doing all these shows. We're talking about trading down, doing the mocks and trading down. Jeff got surprising like 20-something picks on a mock draft that I think sets the record. I don't know who else can get. I think I got like 12. 10, I think I got honestly probably like 6.
And I didn't go looking for trades. This was the system. The team's actually offering the trades to me, and I just kept taking them because I kept amassing picks. 21 draft picks in that draft. Like half the 50.
I wish we would have done what you did, Jeff. Trade back, acquire picks. I'd be like, geez. But at the end of the day, man, the free agency and the draft was crazy. Like we said, we didn't do shit in the free agency. We signed the worst offensive lineman. We signed one of the worst quarterbacks. Then we go in the draft, and we don't address the offensive line. We address it in the 3rd round. We get a running back, and we get a wide receiver. And there's head scratcher wide receiver in the 2nd round.
Yes.
Right? And then we go with the offensive lineman in the 3rd round that isn't ready until the 14th week of the season. And then the next 3rd round pick, guess what? He's not ready till the 15th week.
And we ruined we blew the chance to get full or maximum value because the value is dropping as we talk here now, when we could have traded Max at that point and gotten better value for him. But would I've really trusted them now with this coaching staff? And no.
And that's the thing. I mean, like every single player that we've seen in this draft, like Dante Thornton Jr. Everybody was hyping him up. 5th round draft pick. Oh yeah, he's big, he's fast.
Megatron
Can't catch a cold, but he's big and he's fast.
The next Megatron, remember that one?
Yeah, the next Megatron. I'd be like, man, we hyped these guys up so much coming out, and then guess what? We ain't seen shit, man. You don't see these players develop. And our head coach comes out and says, I'm not here to develop players. I'm here to win right now.
I guess 2 games is winning right now, right? Well, we did win right now. We won game 1. So, I mean, that's winning in the moment. We won right away, but not much after that.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember that time for the draft, and we got our guys, and we're like, all right, fuck it, here we go. This is the draft class, right? We went on and got Genty. It is what it is, and picked up Bash and Thornton and everybody else, and as of right now, this is probably like, I don't know, maybe a little bit over half are show some promise. I wouldn't say they're panning out, but they show some promise, right? You have Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant, surprisingly, another guy that's, the other day when he got his reps, actually played pretty well out there.
Sanji, man. Sanji T put out a tape.
Yeah.
On this man. And I'd be like, hey, he looks good. And this is where I'm so perplexed, Jay. How are you telling me that this guy looks like this in week 15, but he wasn't looking better than whoever it was that we had in there? Because Dylan Parham, all he was doing was getting bench press straight into the backfield. Putnam was just straight up on his ass cheeks all game long. And you're going to tell me that those guys did a better job than these guys coming in later on in the year and handling their own? Come on, man. Come on. This is where it goes to coaching, man. And at the end of the day, bro, this is where we keep going back. I don't care what we're talking about. If we talk about the draft, bro, these guys got fucked.
Yeah.
Their coaches are not developing them and not putting in their effort. Go ahead.
As we're talking about the draft, anybody, I didn't know you yet at this time, but if you go back and you watch our live draft party from round 1 that night, I hosted a live draft party with Nate, and you'll see my reaction to when we picked Genty. I said I didn't have headphones on, but I literally, when they called his name out, because I was still hoping we were going to trade back and we were going to gain picks and go for an offensive lineman first, because I already knew that was our weakness. Okay. In the video, I literally, when they called his name, I took my hat off and I just threw it across the room. And I sat here for a good, 2 or 3 minutes, just not saying a word, just staring at the camera. And I was at a loss for words, because I was so pissed that that's what we went with, because I knew we weren't going to be good, because we didn't draft a major need. Yeah, everybody would be like, well, we didn't have a running back the year before. Yeah. But we still don't have an offensive line that's worthy of a running back of this kid's caliber.
Right.
This kid needs a better O-line in front of him to let him be lethal and do what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I was pissed. And then I kind of felt a little bit redeemed when came the 3rd round and they went for Rodgers and Grant. I figured, all right, they went offensive line now, thinking these guys are going to be starting fairly earlier in the season. And that didn't happen.
No.
But yeah, I was pissed that night. Pissed.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't.
Yeah,
that
I was
pissed.
just like whatever about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't that pissed. I thought that the kid,
because I know it wasn't going to be the move. That wasn't the right choice.
I get what you're saying, but here's the thing, right? At 6, if you were to draft the player and say you had to draft the player at 6, He was the best player available at 6, right? We did BPA, kind of the same thing we did the year before. The thing is this. You're absolutely right, Jeff. We got a freaking offensive coordinator that runs shotgun, wants to run a zone scheme, and our offensive line, I don't know. Again, I don't know whether it's Brennan Carroll that can't coach out of a fucking cereal box.
It's coaching.
Or all that situation. Coaching. But the offensive line went from it showing somewhat promise at the end with AP to, I don't know what the hell this is. It's Swiss cheese this year. I'll be like, everybody gets a sack against the Raiders.
It looked bad. It looked really bad to the point where we look like a JV team out there at times. The guys, it looked at times that they weren't even these tackles and linebackers wouldn't even block. They would just run over these dudes like majority of the time. It was just sad. It's hard to watch. I remember it's so hard to watch because it still happens. We still got one more game and go, but it's really bad. I mean, I don't know if you can attribute that to them showing promise late in that 2024 season. That kind of was the Achilles heel, right? They probably improved a little bit too much. Not really, but they, in the minds of Spytek and Pete Carroll, they probably thought they can go ahead and make something with this offensive line, which a lot of us were advocating. There was probably like 2 or 3 guys from this current lineup that are starting that shouldn't be here. They definitely shouldn't be starting.
How Parham made the 53-man cut is beyond me.
Yes, exactly.
But I'll be honest with you guys, all right? With that being said, the fuck up was Brennan Carroll. Let's just call a spade a spade. All those guys were not as bad as they are this year. I've never seen so many years where the offensive lineman literally sees the guy line up in the gap that they're going to blitz and go the total opposite way. Literally, bro, we've had guys part the ocean. And the guys are lined up in the A gap, in the B gap, ready to freaking light people up. And the offensive lineman looks away. You can't tell me that Brennan Carroll coached these guys up, that this guy made them better. Bro, this is where we got to look at it and say, hey, Pete, you fucked up. You hired your kids. You played daddy ball. And now we look like shit. And then guess what? All year long, where has the accountability been? Everywhere else but Geno Smith and that offensive line. Never says, hey, my son is a jackass. I should fire him.
Bro, should have hired him in the first place. But
tell me what offensive line coach still has their job after giving up 56 sacks in a season.
The only time I've seen a father and son work well together on the same team was last year when the Turners took over the offense after Getsy was fired. Because they turned the team, like the team started playing a little bit better on offense. You name me a father and son that's coached together, even though they weren't head coach and position style coach. But give me one. I can't think of any.
It's probably the Harbaughs. But you know what? The Harbaughs, bro, they come from a lineage.
Brothers. Yeah, but they never.
They probably coached for their dad.
Yeah, but again, they were also players in this league for a long time too.
Exactly, they got lineage, man. I mean, like especially, when you're comparing the Harbaughs, comparing the Harbaughs to the Carrolls, it's like comparing a Porsche to a Ford Pinto. All right, bro, just straight up, the Harbaughs would freaking beat.
That doesn't count, Savage.
Anyway,
that doesn't count. Deuce is the strength coach, and he's the guy that pulls Pete Carroll back and the other coaches when they step over the line onto the field. I've noticed that he does that a lot.
He's the get back coach.
Yeah, he's like, move back.
Don't be knocking the Pinto. There you go.
It's just straight facts, man. I mean, like, and that's the sad part because we all know that the offensive line is such an important part. right?
Yeah.
And literally, we've talked about it. Hey, man, we're struggling in the run game. Who's the run game coordinator?
Mhm.
We're struggling in the passing game. Who's the passing game, or who's the freaking offensive line coach? Who is the assistant quarterbacks coach? They all have the
other song.
same
Yeah.
fucking
Who's
last
the run
name.
game coordinator?
Exactly.
Lennon.
So
Mhm.
you have to look at that and say, hey, where do the Raiders struggle? Fuck, I've been looking at it all season. 67 yards rushing.
I'll tell you what, if you
500
bring his picture
sacks?
back up, I'm only giving Brendan Carroll credit for his beard game. His beard looks tight, but other than that, it looks like
moved on from him.
fucking worthless.
I should bring on the other one. Hold on.
And that's where it's like, bro, are you kidding me? Why? I mean, like, in anybody here, right? We're all on this panel. And Jeff, you've said it. The only reason that he hasn't fired him is because he's their son. That's his son.
Yeah.
And if he fires him, he's just letting out admit that I was wrong to hire him. That's the other way you got to look at it. That's how it's going to be conveyed. That's how people are going to take it. That, hey, he finally realizes that he screwed up and he shouldn't have hired his son. You know, because it's all about saving his own face and, you know, not admitting he was wrong.
You know what's crazy to me, man, is that we went and we spent all this cash on an offensive coordinator that was supposed to be a guru, and we go and basically get the shittiest offensive line coach and the shittiest offensive line to make his offense go.
Yep.
And you know what? Kind of going back to that free agency thing and the whole line thing. Another I think red flag you can even put out there is like when Mekhi Beckham was available, and we're like, we hope that the Raiders pick this guy. This is a guy that would probably really
made a
improve that off. Never picked up the phone, and guess where he ended up going?
What's up, Rorschach? Yeah, so like I said before on one of our shows, he went from New York, flew right over us, over Vegas, and landed in LA, and boom, that was it. Never went anywhere else.
Yeah, and those fucks are getting ready to go to the playoffs. God damn it! But it's shit like that. It will that kind of like raise eyebrows. I want to move on. I want to move on to this. I think that the thing that I got to highlight, Christian Wilkins. I don't know if you guys, if everybody forgot about good old Christian Wilkins, that came about. But it first started with him being restructured. Oops, there you go. My bad. With him having his deal restructured, nobody really thought, all right, Christian Wilkins is not going to be a part of the team anymore. And then you had really something go down probably like, was it about a month later, 2 months later, right? So this was in March 19th. Fast forward to July 24th. And then this comes out on a shocking, stunning move. The Raiders released Christian Wilkins. And there were like speculations on nobody knew when he was going to come back. There was that he probably going to need a second surgery, yada, yada, yada. And then there was a video, the infamous video. Yeah, the video of him.
Locker room.
Yeah.
Oh, the weight room
In
dancing.
the locker room, in the weight room, locker room, the weight room. Yeah, the weight room. And then that was it. That was it for Wilkins. He was gone. They went ahead and then, sent his ass packing, and that was it. that was the last we heard of Christian Wilkins. We had some other shit come out later on. The whole like what was the real cause that he was having issues in the locker room, kissy. That came out too.
Tickling guys' asses and shit like that.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? I remember seeing all that shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where did all this shit come from? And I remember seeing, like, I think it was when he was at LSU. When he was at LSU, he checked somebody's hole during a play, the opposing team's guy. He made the tackle, just checked they made the tackle.
That was when he was with Miami still. Oh, no, that was in college.
Yeah, I think it was at LSU,
still in college.
Bro, yeah,
he was checking,
Clemson? He was
the
at
oil
Clemson.
in the dipstick.
Yeah, he's checking the oil. Yeah, he was at Clemson, but he was a Clemson.
I'm gonna
guy.
tell you something that speaks volumes, bro. Nobody has signed that dude.
Nah.
No.
So that speaks volumes to whatever happened or whatever was going on. And nobody
It's
has
a potential
re-signed this.
headache. Why would you want that with your team? You know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, let me put this up. Yeah, then this started coming out, the whole kiss thing. What's going on? Come on. All right. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not coming out. But the whole kiss thing, that was crazy. There we go. Just a little delayed. Yeah, and then these reports are coming out of him like he kissed some guy in the locker room. I mean, it made its way all the way to Pat McAfee.
Again,
Adam Schefter
from
was talking
speaking to
about
people
this.
inside the locker room, I think what everybody's dancing around and tiptoeing around is the fact that when you speak to people there inside the locker room, they say that Christian playfully went to kiss a teammate on top of his head, and those same people said that that player took offense to it. So that's what everybody's been dancing around and tap dancing around, an incident in the locker room where he allegedly playfully kissed a teammate on top of his head. That teammate felt offended by it. And that's what a lot of this talk and speculation that people have just been floating around out there is about.
I like the fact that Schefter said allegedly he kissed this guy.
You can't make this shit up, man, about this team lately. It's just one shit show issue after another.
Savage says he thinks Adam Butler was the victim. Don't you dare say that besmudgery about 85's guy, Adam Butler. My boy Adam Butler making business decisions. HR complained to this.
He wanted that job.
See what your boy did, dog?
No. Hey, Jay, can you play that video for our boy Ashton Genty? The Ashton Genty video.
Play that.
Hey, we gotta show you guys this video, man. Hey, Ashton, be like, we exactly know how you feel.
Whoever wrote the song, kudos to them, man, because it's awesome. I love it.
Y'all ready?
I haven't heard this fully, so I'm gonna hear this first time with you.
I'm not gonna say anything. Just let it play.
that is very, very catchy. Bam.
That song is awesome, man. Kudos to who wrote that. It's so perfect for how this season's been for this poor kid. I feel horrible for him. Because think about where he could have gone instead and what kind of career he could have had his first season. You know, but dude, that's fucking awesome. But
it's all right. Don't worry, Jeff. We're still limiting his touches. We want to make sure that he doesn't get injured. We've been holding him in a glass jar all season long. That's exactly what you do with the number 6 pick in the draft.
Yeah. You coddle him. You don't let him play.
Oh yeah.
We're down by 14. Oh, that's it. We can't run the ball anymore.
That's it.
We're down by 7. Oh shit! They just got a field goal. We're only down by 3. Oh no, we gotta stop running the ball. 7 runs. That's it. He's done. He's not touching it no more.
Load management.
Make that. Yeah. I forgot about that one. That's right.
Load management. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Chip? I was like, we gotta keep that in consideration.
Yeah, right. When I saw that, I'm like,
guy number 6. What the fuck?
When I read that article, I was like, "You got to be kidding me! What is he talking about? Load management? That's a 16 game or a 17 game season. We're not talking. I mean, that's what they do in the NBA because these guys play 80 something games in a season. I get that, and they're playing sometimes back to back or a night between. You got a week off from every game.
Yeah. Do we have Derrick Henry numbers or something? That's what I was thinking. Are we running the ball 32 times a game that he needs load management?
Unless his stats are written in invisible ink and I'm not seeing it, I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely did
I don't
not
fucking
need
get
load
it.
management this season and shit.
And you know what?
But
And linebacker U's right though too. Under the circumstances, he did have a pretty decent year. I
Absolutely.
mean, he's one of 3 rookies to
Yeah.
have over 1,200 yards combined yardage in his rookie season. So
yeah.
just imagine what could have been if we would have had just an average offensive line.
Oh yeah.
He'd
Yeah.
be rookie of the year, hands down. Hands down.
Oh yeah. He would. The numbers would have been way above what it is now for sure. Really quick, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button on this channel and on the other channels as well. You got my guy Raider Will with the Silver and Black Raider podcast, and of course 401 Raider Jeff. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on your boy. All
Your
right.
littles still rocking with you, Jay?
Happy New Year to everybody, by the way. Huh?
Your littles are still rocking with
Well,
you.
bro,
huh?
they don't go to sleep till like fucking 3 a.m, bro. They're fucking maniacs. I don't know how they have energy until 3 a.m. Me and the wife are fucking dozing off. We're like literally like on our third dream, and these kids are just running amok. You know, it's just crazy like that. The energy these fucking kids have. Jesus Christ, bro. Don't have kids. Don't have kids. I'm just kidding. They're fucking great. I love them. I love them to death. But they're
Raider Will's got the same energy as your kids does. Look at him.
Yeah.
Can't sit
Hey,
still over
bro.
there.
I don't
I know.
have that type of energy right there, homie. I mean, like 3
We need to-
a.m. Jesus.
We need to stop putting warnings on any shows we do with Will.
Hey, I move a lot.
Constant
I move a
movement
lot.
may cause seizures for people watching Will move around.
Oh, no. But let me head over to training camp. The whole Christian Wilkins shit ended. We parted ways with him. We were looking towards the training camp and the start of the 2026 season. We got our guys, we drafted our guys, and during those training camps, we had the preseason games, and
We look like
you
straight
know,
cheeks.
yeah, we lost all 3 games.
And we kept telling the beat writers, Jay, what did the beat writers say? Oh, we look great out there. Geno's throwing some dimes. I'll be like, I was sipping on the Jamba Juice, and I was like, oh man, I just can't wait for the season. We look great in practice.
Jay, you were out there during the
Yeah,
open practice thing,
Yeah.
right? That big weekend day thing they did, right?
me, Nate, and then Leo went to the open practice, and so we got to see these guys in person, right? I mean, but mind you, this is still a scrimmage, and it's a little bit hard to kind of gauge it in a sense where if your defense is shit and you have your offense and your offense is not that great, it's hard to kind of really assess there, right? But we saw some good glimpses, right? We saw Geno hit a few guys and he looked accurate out there, right? And then we had some of these the new guys make plays. You had Max Crosby literally do that strip sack fumble on ALC and ran it back for a touchdown. Yeah. He ran back for a touchdown. That later happened, but he didn't run it for a touchdown. He was able to actually during the season, later on in the season, which is great. But yeah, it was a little bit hard to gauge. Preseason was kind of more of the indicator on how things were gonna go, right? And we got to see Cam Miller, our number 6 pick at quarterback, the quarterback for the future. We got to see him play a couple times the Niner game and then Arizona when our buddy Barbara broke his fucking thumb again. And and you could tell they fucking kept that dude literally.
Bro, they kept him in the closet.
They kept the
training facility. He was in the bathroom in the closet, obviously, because
tied up, gagged.
Bro, he didn't know what the fuck and that should have been the first red flag, right? We come out all preseason and look like straight cheeks, start getting BTA'd in the preseason. We didn't see guys improve Oh yeah, but hey, we came out there week 1. Oh yeah, we beat the Patriots. Whoa, we're out there, we're doing big things, and fuck, man, we never left Boston.
Well, there's one name you forgot to mention.
What? Which one? Cooper.
Oh.
That is right. Let me go ahead and pull that one up.
Probably the smartest man ever put on a Raiders uniform.
But it was so brief. It was so brief.
That's the whole point.
I totally forgot about
He walked in
I
the
saw
door.
him.
Yeah,
He
he
walked
walked
back
in the
out.
door, saw the shit that was going on with this team, and probably said, "Oh hell no, I ain't want to be part of this shit," and he left. Because all I know is
you're 100% correct.
I remember this. He showed up the week of the week 1 game, right? I
And a
remember
week
going
later.
live when we picked him up, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is great," blah blah blah, and then everybody starts arriving here, for the game. Thursday comes, Will's here, a few other people are already here. Oh, Amari Cooper retired. What? 2 days ago, he just walked in the door, and then boom, gone. Again,
So
he
this-
probably walked in, saw the bullshit, and said, "Why the fuck do I want to come back to this shit? That's it. I'm retiring."
Too, the dude wasn't in shape. They had to running out there running lines and shit on day 1. You could tell he was like, "Fuck."
He probably
should've
purposely
fucking-
dogged himself because of us.
I wouldn't put
guarantee
it
it.
past him.
He self-sabotaged. I don't blame
Bro,
him.
he showed up in the locker room and he said, "This team is straight cheeks." He's like, "I'm just gonna be here for a week, get some little bit of stretching in the training room."
He got paid. They paid him
Oh,
for
he
like
got
a day.
paid.
Yeah,
What's
they
up,
paid him
Diesel?
like 75,
What's
100
up,
grand. But so this was August 25th that he came in, and then he left literally, like a week later. He announced his retirement, and that was that. That's it.
Haven't heard from him since.
No,
Haven't heard a word about him since.
Dude dropped off from like the fucking face of the earth and shit, and like on September 4th announced his retirement from the NFL. That was it.
2 days before our game.
You know what the sad part is, bro? Out of all this shit was that Amari got to retire Raider and fucking Carr didn't, bro. And Carr was here longer.
Yeah, right.
And he's more liked and more loved from the nation than fucking this guy. You know? that's how bad.
Cooper showed up for the new Raider gear. That's all he
it.
came
Yeah.
for. I need some new shirts.
And 150 grand check. He's like, okay, cool. Thank you. I'll be on my way.
The easiest
But yeah,
money we
that
ever
week
made.
1. Yeah, the week 1 that week 1 win in New England. Talk about it. You guys were there. You know.
It was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend. It was on fire, bro. Jeff had the people moving around. I mean, like we went to a boat. We were partying with the nation. I mean, like everybody had energy and
awesome
everybody
weekend.
had hope.
Yep.
I'd be like, man, we will go down there to Providence. We get it done big. We show up to the game. We have a tailgate.
Pouring rain.
And Raider Nation showed up, bro. Raider Nation showed up for
Yeah,
game
yeah.
1 in fucking Boston. I'd be like, bro, you saw a lot of black out there. And I was like, damn. And I'd be like, hey, the first drive, I was like, is this for real? Is this my team? Man, is this for real? Bro, we look good. Fuck was I fooled, bro? I got catfished like a motherfucker that game. I mean, like, I bought all the Jamba Juice.
I was living in New England. I was optimistically nervous, I would say. I honestly thought that we weren't going to win that game. I was hoping we were.
Right.
I mean, a lot of my friends that are Pats fans were, giving me shit all week long leading up to it. I mean, I was hearing it months prior to that. As soon as the schedule came out, people were giving me crap already. Like, oh, we got a victory coming week 1. All right, whatever. But when the week finally got here and everything I was involved leading up to it, setting it all up, it was nice to actually walk into the stadium and see the team for the first time in a long time for me, and the first time being at the game with my son and his first game. And that right there made everything worth it, whether we lost or not. But the fact that we pulled that victory off, man, that was just special. And watching the Pats fans leave 5 minutes into the fourth quarter was just the icing on the cake, man. And watching them leave, and my son was ripping on them, busting their balls as they're walking out. It was so much fun. What we saw in the field, obviously, we thought we were going in a good direction for the year. Figured, all right, week one, we did look a little rusty. All right, we'll work some kinks out going forward. The kinks never got worked out. You know, we got bamboozled.
Yeah.
Based on what we saw week one. That's for damn sure. You know, but we made the best of it, even if we had lost. I mean, we still had a good time. We came out guns blazing.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, damn, we scored right away. I don't know how many plays that first drive was.
It was pretty long. I did 3-minute short videos of that entire drive. I think I had to stop it. I ran out twice. Like, you know, the 3 minutes were up. So that was at least a 6+ minute drive. So I made 3 shots out of that as they were coming down the field. And a touchdown was scored right in front of where we were sitting. So it was like right there. It was right in the corner, right in front of us. Both touchdowns. That one and the Genty run. So, but it was, I mean, honestly, I thought we were going to have a decent season after watching that. I was like, okay, maybe the offensive line isn't as bad as we thought.
Right.
Because after preseason week one, I was just livid at how bad we looked. Yeah. And what I saw week one of the regular season, I was like, okay, we got something.
Yeah. And
week
I think
2 comes.
Well, I'll talk about week 2 in a second. Yeah, and then we won that game, you know, and I don't say completely decisive, but we won it in a way where, like, okay, we won by a touchdown. You know, it wasn't super close, but it wasn't like we didn't blow this team out. But also, too, the Pats literally they didn't have their shit together, you know. And if we would have played the Pats maybe a month and a half ago, it would have been completely different. They would have fucking wiped the floor with us. But we got them that first game where they're still trying to figure everything out. I think we got to save that belt to ass for sure.
Well, this is a message to you from Rorschach. He's in your channel.
Oh, I'm here to get my payday.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, okay. I guess I'm going to have to get in there. Hold on, Rorschach. I got you, bro. You've been waiting for months for that.
Hey, Coach. I said hi to you.
I don't even know how to do any of this, man. Like, here. All right, I'm getting in there. I'm going to give you that status.
Savage. Dang, I'm going Dolly Parton.
Hold on.
Dan Ross.
Dolly Parton still looks for her age.
Why? Wait, I haven't even seen Diana Ross in her 80s. I said Diana Ross in the 80s. My bad.
In her 80s. No, in her 80s.
Yeah, but there was Diana Ross in the 80s. Diana Ross in the 80s is a different story, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I read the question the right way, though. I noticed.
Ain't no lie, bro.
I gotta look at Diana Ross now. I don't know. Oh man.
Nico, you're right too. That touchdown in the corner that ends on week 1 was just like, it was beautiful pass.
Yeah.
Hey Jeff, how do I do that? I added him.
You go to your channel, you find his name, and you click on the 3 little dots next to his name.
Okay. Oh.
And then you ban him.
Ban him? Gotcha.
Ban him. That's it. Kick that dude. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, bro. Just kidding, bro. Oh man. But we'll go after that, and like you said, after that, you know, that one. I think a lot of people drank that Kool-Aid. I don't know who didn't. Who thought like, hey, you know, this season's gonna be okay. You know, we're not gonna be great, but you know, we can go ahead and make something out of it. But we suddenly fucked around and found out what the actual truth was. And going into that week 2 to that home opener, we all went into that game holding our heads up high. And certain scenarios happened that now we have the ability to go ahead and be number 1 in the division, something that literally we went 0-6 the year prior. So we're like, okay, this is potential number 1 in the AFC West implications versus the Chargers at Allegiant, the home opener. We blacked out that bitch. Raider Nation showed up for that game again. Another year where they show up. And guess what happened? Just like the year prior, they didn't show up. They didn't show out. They
like always, the fans show up and the team just such a disconnect. I don't get it.
Chargers really right away let us know who the fuck they were. And that game was pretty fucking terrible. The hype was there, the energy was there going into that game. I think I jumped on your live. You were live.
Yeah.
You were doing a watch party. And I jumped on and, I was just trying to you couldn't hear me and I couldn't really hear you.
Yeah.
But
The connection. It wasn't a connection. It was just so damn loud there.
Yeah, it was so damn loud. It was just crazy. I was telling you, like, hey, like everybody's going nuts here. Like the energy's here. And even with that opening drive that just went completely to shit, the energy was still there, but it did. It was like getting kicked in the nuts, bro. It was getting kicked in the nuts. You're like, okay, I composed myself. I'm ready to go ahead and get back into this fight, and just got fucking kicked in the nuts again.
Yep.
And that was the story of that game.
The thing with that game, even though it was a loss for us, it was still so early in the season. It's like, all right, we can't win every game. We know the Chargers always play us tough. It's a division rival. I mean, we'll chalk that up as, all right, they got one on us this season right now. It's a Monday night game. A lot of these guys haven't played in prime time still on this team. Some of these kids have never played in prime time games. So it's a different feel, especially on a Monday night, Yeah. So I don't think anybody was ready to like jump off the bridge yet over the whole situation because again, we're still 1-1. And I think at that time the Chiefs 0-2 already because they had lost their home opener. But either way, it was still so early in the season. I don't think it didn't hit anybody as big as we thought it would have. I mean, granted, it still sucks to lose to the Chargers.
Yeah.
But it's when you go further into the season and you get blown out after blowout, or you play so good that you should have won the game, but you don't. You just come up short on a couple of plays. Those are the ones that get you.
Yeah, for sure. And we go off that loss, heartbreaking loss in Vegas. We had a short week 2. We had the Commanders following that same Sunday. So we actually had to head back to the East Coast and play the Commanders, where we thought, okay, maybe we can bounce back this game. There was JD5 just got injured. We're like, all right, he's not playing. We got to go up against Mariota. But then now we had to think about the curse of once we go up, backup quarterbacks, we struggle there too. And yeah, that game was literally a belt to ass in itself as well. They literally fucking did whatever they wanted in that game. It was a 41-24 blowout.
BTA. Call it what it was. Belt
BTA.
to ass.
Yeah.
We took a straight out whooping on that field. We didn't show up. We looked like a kindergarten team. I'd be like, we look so, bro. And this is when Jaden Daniels was playing, right?
No.
No,
it was Mariota.
It was Mariota playing. With Mariota playing.
That's right. In that game,
and Mariota looked great.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I can own this. Yeah.
Bro, he looked like Jaden Daniels. He ran all over us.
Okay. All right. Calm down.
Bro, he ran all over us. Tell me he didn't make plays.
This is still Mariota we're talking about there.
Yeah, he put up 42 points.
Yeah, the defense helped them though too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And so did Geno. Geno helped them get those points.
Geno helped them a lot.
Geno helps every team, bro.
Interception.
Hey, if you are a betting man, you go right now. If Geno Smith was starting for the Raiders and you put some money on him throwing a pick six, because it's guaranteed money, or throwing an interception, guaranteed you're going to make some money.
Oh, interception without a doubt.
Yeah. For sure.
Sack? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, shout out to our guy Raiders Fool Chris with the $5 holla. Salute, brother. Happy New Year's, fam. Much love.
Happy New Year's,
new Raiders. LOL. Salute, brother. Hope you're out there. Hope you're not out there. Hope you're home safe. And so happy New Year to you and the fam, brother. Appreciate you on that $5.
Yeah, no drinking and driving out there, people. Remember that, please.
Yes.
Although if you're watching this and you're listening to us and you're out somewhere having fun, why are you listening to us? That means you're not having fun and you're listening to us. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm glad you're here.
We are the chosen few that like to go ahead and celebrate our New Year's at home, and probably because we're late. But
I can't tell you. The last time I think I went out for New Year's was like 2014.
Oh wow, that's a long fucking time. Yeah, that's
again, and plus the other thing too is when I was still in the job, I would get stuck working sometimes too. So 2016, I had to work Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. They both fell on a Saturday, so 2 holiday nights in a row. So those suck.
Yeah,
and we're always busy on those days.
Real quick, 5 minutes until it is New Year's in the West Coast and Pacific time. So I will go ahead and touch base in about 4 minutes and
Chris
50 seconds.
Ended up in jail.
Yeah. That sucks. That's the story for the future for you.
I've always been lucky that I've never got any issues during New Year's Eve where I had to spend time in the fucking tank, bro.
Police see me, bro. They're like, "Hey, call 2 extra because we're gonna take this motherfucker in right now."
Some people spend time in the tank. I spend time going to pick them up and take them to the hospital from the tank because the cops laid a beating on them.
That's crazy.
Oh, real Dixon said, man, hope you feel better. My mother's sick as a dog, man. She got hit hard with something.
Yeah. Hopefully you feel better, bro. You feel better, bro.
If you look like that picture on your profile, then because Geno looks horrible in that picture.
I know. Looks like he's been through it, bro.
Tell me how you feel right there, bro.
Tell me how you feel without saying anything.
And I'm gonna tell you, man. I mean, like, just look at this last game. Just look at how he looked after the game. Like, bro, you saw those comparison pictures of him and like Ashy Freddy or something like that, and I mean, like they look the same. Yeah. I don't even know, man. I'm like, it's bad.
Oh man, but yeah, we
got that. Literally me right now.
Right. But we after that belt to ass in Washington, we go back home. We probably had the worst fucking schedule.
Oh, it was horrible
this season. It was fucking terrible. I think we were the most traveled team this season for sure.
I did a YouTube short on it. I read
Are you kidding me, bro? How are we the most traveled team? Our team hasn't left Boston. They never left Boston.
I know they didn't show up Philly.
Because have you seen this team show up? I haven't seen this team show up in weeks.
But they did leave Boston. I'll tell you how in a minute. But we went back to Vegas. And another close game. It was a heartbreaker. A lot of us thought we can go ahead and beat the Bears, but lot of shit went wrong that fucking game. Special teams was probably the worst game for special teams, flat out. Lost by a field goal, lost by 1 point on that blocked field goal, 25-24. And literally because of that game, having lost that game, I think really we saw what the season really was going to become. Because we were already talking about, like, if we were able to go ahead and win that game, we could still be in somewhat decent shape to go ahead and ride out the next, I don't know how many ever games until the bye week. We still had some sort of chance with that Bears game. But when I think once we lost that kind of went down the drain. The following week wasn't any fucking better. We got a serious belt to ass from the Colts, from Danny Dimes, 40-6. Jesus Christ.
That was a bad one.
That's what I'm telling you, Jay. This team hasn't traveled. It hasn't shown up all year. Bro, we're talking about the Bears game. We couldn't kick a field goal. We couldn't block somebody. I mean, like, one guy went off that line and all of a sudden nobody can block.
Yeah.
Michael Mayer gets injured. We're so pathetic, man. I'm telling you. This team didn't travel. I mean, like, we literally just left the bus in Boston. We're like, woo!
We did come back. We were able to go ahead and get the second
straight
win
cheeks
in Vegas. Yes, it was straight cheeks. It was not a pretty game. It was a fucking terrible game.
It was Leo's birthday weekend.
It was Leo's, but hey, shout out to him. He got his fucking win on his birthday.
You got 1 minute.
1 minute? Okay. Let me go ahead and put that up real quick. Where do I have? Okay, here we go. All right.
I feel like our team's those guys off The Hangover, bro. They went over there, they partied in Boston, they forgot who the fuck they were after that.
8.
Oh yeah,
7.
For sure, bro.
6.
For sure.
5.
4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, West
Nation.
Coast.
Let's go.
Everybody in West Coast, everybody in LA, California, Nevada.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year, guys.
Salute.
Happy New Year.
And ladies.
Yes, and ladies. There you go. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. My fam out there in LA, Southgate, Cali. Shout out to you guys. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to our guy Nate, Leo, Mike from Raw, MC, everybody that we
Veer, Raider, MC Raider, all those guys. Happy New Year's to you guys.
Vegas is on the same time as West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So 8:05. Anybody that's in the channel that hit midnight.
Raiders Food Chris.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, brother. For sure. For sure. All right. Hawaii.
Next is Hawaii.
Hawaii, you got 3 more hours to go. So
no, I'm not going
to.
Well, with how many banners you have set up for us to talk about, we could be on till noon tomorrow. So
we only got another hour and a half to go. God damn it.
Yeah, we're only talking about how straight ass cheeks we've been for a whole fucking year again.
We could have summed this up with one banner. We suck.
We suck. Yeah, but we gotta stretch it out.
We gotta talk about how bad we suck. Let's get it correct.
Let's see. Look, we did come back though. We won the fucking second game versus the Titans, bro. 20.
And we haven't won since.
We haven't won since.
Week 6.
We're on a 10-game fucking losing streak though, and we're gonna about to go 11 most likely on Sunday versus. I don't. And this is the thing. I don't think we're gonna win that fucking game. I don't know if you guys think we have a shot of winning that game. And I don't know what
everything to prevent us from winning. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but I don't even think even if we didn't, even if we left everything the same, I don't even think we can beat the Chiefs. Not this team. Do you guys think we could?
It's possible. I mean, you got to look at it this way. They don't have their 2 starting quarterbacks. So you don't have Mahomes. He's out. Then they bring in Minshew. He's out. So now they're on this third guy that I never even heard of before until last week. Isn't Smith sitting now too? The defensive tackle?
No, Chris Jones, you mean?
Chris Jones, sorry.
I don't know.
Is he on the inactive?
I don't know if they shuffled him yet.
So they're hurting too. So
Bro,
I don't know.
this team is so fucking cheeks. We couldn't beat a third grade team. No, we could not beat the Chiefs because guess what? Andy Reid is their head coach, and he's going to have them prepared. Pete Carroll's our head coach, and he doesn't even know what the fuck his last name is right now. So, yeah, at the end of the day, hey, we better get some freaking neuro gum going for freaking Pete Carroll in order for us to win.
Too late. It's too late.
That's straight up what we need, bro. Because at the end of the day, yes, the Raiders could beat this team right now. And I'm going to tell you what, the Raiders have done everything possible to make sure that they're going to lose it.
Well,
We
look
packed
at
up
everybody
Max
we've
Crosby.
sat. You know, Geno's hurt, so he's already out. That's why I'm afraid that if they do start, because they're still bouncing around who's going to start, whether it's going to be Pickett or AOC. I don't want AOC out there because I think he gives us a chance to win than Pickett because I think he's a little bit more poised than Pickett is.
I don't
And he's
even
got
want
bigger
Pickett
hands.
out there.
I don't either. Put Cam Miller out there. Let the kid get some play time.
That's the bro. That's the crazy shit that we are talking as Raiders fans. We are talking about putting a young man, Cam Miller, who in the preseason, bro, completed maybe one pass. But that's how desperate Raider Nation is.
Do you want the number one pick, or do you want to potentially win and then have to rely on other things to happen in order for us to stick with that number one pick?
I don't disagree with you, Jeff. I'm just telling you this is how desperate we are now. This is how bad this situation is this year with Pete Carroll. That we're just like, please put out another freaking scrub so that way we can lose.
Hey, if Jacoby Myers is here, we could have started him at quarterback.
Oh no, God forbid we get a good player. That's why we sent him to the Jags so he could get an extension and be a leader in that locker room.
And they gave him a nice extension too. Good for him.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Hey, he's going to the playoffs. Tell me he's not unhappy. Went from a horrible situation to hey, they still could end up. Oh, could they?
What?
Can they still end up with the number one seed?
Yes. Who?
Jags?
No, I don't think so.
No, so we're the only ones that can go ahead and have. We secure the top two picks, no matter what, no matter whether we.
No. The number one seed for the playoffs. I think Jacksonville.
No, they can't go number one. No.
Denver, I know they were as of last week. Something else happened. I think if the Patriots would have lost. I think if Denver and the Patriots would have lost, they would have leapfrogged them both. What's up, Daniel Barry?
Yeah.
We've only been out for an hour and 45 minutes. Feels like we've been out for 3 hours already.
That's because you were on before, Jeff.
I was only out for 12 minutes. I struck midnight, talked a few minutes to get the fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, we're in here a few minutes before. I was running up the show with like my 17 banners, according to you. I don't even know. Bro,
I agree with you. I'm 100%. Hey, you know what, bro? I want front row tickets to the show. Literally, I want security to go grab Brendan Carroll out there, maybe tase his ass on the way out, because that's the only way we're going to get our money out of it. And then freaking give him a little tase or two, throw him out like prod cattle, bro. Throw him out. I'd be like, literally, I need a hype video of that. Freaking his sons and Pete Carroll getting thrown out of the building.
Please,
want to get Raider Nation hyped up? You want to get Raider Nation hyped up? You put that video out, and I guarantee you Raider Nation will be resharing that video like crazy.
Go. But
blind reaction videos to that would be awesome. Oh, what's this? Pete Carroll and his son's getting escorted out of the building. Oh, all of a sudden, tase.
You give poor old Pete a fucking heart attack by tasing him.
Well, that's the only way we're gonna get our money out of them. Literally.
Yeah.
Because hey, they came out and they got the bag. Daddy got the bag. Son's got the bag. Everybody got paid. And
Well,
Raider
it's
Nation
the
got fucked.
last payday, bro.
And if
The
Pete
last
gets let
payday.
go, he's going to get paid for 2 more years.
Yeah, but it's the last time they can get a payday. You know, like where else are they going to go and get
That's the last
hired
one
at?
Pete's going to get.
You
Who
know,
knows about
that
the other
fucking-
guys? They,
Bro, Pete's done. I mean, like nobody else gave him the opportunity. Let's be real. The Raiders were the last team that would give him the opportunity. And that's why he came here. And then he shit the bed by bringing his sons, not being prepared, being too old, can't freaking connect with players. I'd be like, obviously, we're missing everything.
I'll see what I can do, Rorschach.
You know, it's just literally we're looking at it and saying, hey, what do we have? Jay, I keep going back to it. What have you seen on this team that is good? We can't kick a football. We can't run the football. We can't fucking block. We can't tackle. We can't cover. This team hasn't done a damn thing.
Shout out to Rorschach. He says, I just wanted to be Black Monday already. And Pete and his sons are the first coaches escorted out of the building. First. Can a brother dream? Shout out to our guy Rorschach, man. Oh, that's funny. But I don't know, man. Look, the nightmare is almost over. One more game left on Sunday versus the Queeves. And I doubt we win that game. But by some sort of miracle, if we do happen to win, we know at least we have secured at least the top 2 picks in the draft. And I think, and I was trying to find it right now too. And there's a scenario that even despite the win, we still have a possibility of getting the number 1 pick if we do win. And it's 3 scenarios, 3 wins have to unfold. So the Niners have to beat the Seahawks. The Saints have to beat the Falcons, and I think there's one more. I was trying to find which was the
It's a
other
super
team.
complicated scenario.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, like, bro, we have to lose.
I think
Let's
the Niners
just
can
be
beat
real.
the Seahawks.
What's up, Cujo? Kojo.
If you want the Raiders to be in charge of their destiny, and you want the Raiders to actually have 100% autonomy of what they can
That
do
happens
in
no
the
matter what. Yeah.
no, you gotta freaking lose. You gotta take the first pick. That allows you so many things. Right now, if people are saying that if we don't get the first pick, that they see the Jets moving up, getting a whole bunch of trade capital, or whoever's number 1, the Titans would get a whole trade. I'm like, that could be us. If you don't believe in the quarterback that you're going to take in with the first pick, get 10 motherfuckers for him. Be like, ransack it. We need the first round. Bro, we need this pick so bad. But you know what we need more than that? Is leadership, bro. We need a fucking coach. That's the hard part, bro.
We do. But yeah, that scenario is playing out that we can still get the number 1 pick. But 3 teams have to go ahead and win their games. I forgot who the other one is. I know Dixon said
Atlanta's one of them.
Atlanta. No, wait, it's New Orleans, I believe. New Orleans has to win that game versus Atlanta.
Maybe that might be it.
I think that's the way. I think that's
Bears have to lose, Browns have to lose, and I think the Cards have to lose for us to keep the first. If we
so
win.
3 out of those games or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Niners have to beat the Seahawks also as well.
But
hey, I'm not going to name names, but I am going to tell you right now, Will. I did get a message from somebody asking about Tuesday night show if a certain person's takes were just jokes, or was that particular person just that dumb?
No, they are 100%. No, I'm going to tell you like this. This man is simping on some juice. They are 100% his take. Yes, this is the insanity that we deal with on Tuesdays. That's it.
His takes were
like,
awful.
hey, let's keep it a spade here. Let's keep it
what's
up.
up, SoCal?
What's up, so Happy New Year, brother.
What's up, so I'll be like, that is
If
exactly
you didn't
what he
watch
believes.
it, you're gonna go and see his takes on some of the shit he brought up Tuesday night. I've never seen Will at a loss for words with some of the stuff that he was throwing out there.
Wow.
Even some of my reactions, I just put my head down at one point with my hand over my eyes, like I can't believe we're even entertaining.
When we're talking
this.
about addressing the quarterback position for the Raiders in free agency, and
Yeah,
you
Dixon
start
him.
a list with Russell Wilson, and you could throw out a 43-year-old ayahuasca chewing or sipping, whatever, Aaron Rodgers. You throw out a name like Zach Wilson and say that these are probable quarterbacks for the Raiders' future?
So just real quick, I'll put it in the context. He goes, I'm going to read off the list of free agent quarterbacks going. And I said to him right away, I said, don't even do it. I said, the list is awful. None of the names even make sense. And nobody's going to be in favor of any of the names you're going to read off. I said, I know the list you're talking about. I've seen it. Don't do it. Well, here it is. And he starts reading them off. And then I just sat there with my hand in my face in my hands, just like this. And he's just listing names. And the chat's going fucking ballistic on him. Will's over there ready to have a fucking heart attack. He's like, what are you doing?
I had to boot him off twice. I never booted nobody
I kept kicking him off the show. It was so bad.
It was like, okay. And that's the difficult part, man. I think, everybody has a take and everybody has a view, right? But come on, man. Come on. This ain't no Madden. Bro, this is insanity for me, man. I don't know why people think that the Raiders could really address the quarterback position in free agency. Bro, who the fuck are you going to bring in?
I want to put something up on the screen real quick.
Yeah. Shout out to Gunsmoke for being a member for 3 months at Jeff's channel. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute.
Thank you, my man. So, Rorschach asked, and he shall receive. Thanks, David. Man, I appreciate
see that brow
it.
thing in the bottom? That's Pete Shin himself.
Oh, man, this is great. This is fantastic. Man, this is Raider Nation right there policing itself 100%. I guarantee you people be out there doing it.
The second he's put that in the chat, I went right over, just started typing it up and trying to do it. It wouldn't let me use actual images because it considered harming. So,
okay.
Yeah.
We'll blur it out.
But it's being paid. It's awesome. I love it. That came out great. I might have to use that.
I can't wait till the day he gets booted.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Put it in this.
Yeah, there you go.
That way everyone's getting vertical.
What's up, James Furpo?
Shout out to Navy Vet. Shout out to Navy Vet. Happy New Year to you too, brother.
6 months.
Remember for the 6 months at Jeff's channel. So
yes,
brother, thank you for pulling up and rocking with us. For sure. James. Gary, now with the Ray. Hold on, bro. That is the first Raiders of the year. Salute. I can't do it too loud. The kids are asleep already. I don't want to put that up.
Oh, you mean they finally passed out?
They finally passed out. So shout out to Wifey because Wifey's fucking. She sometimes fucking does her little ninja moves and put these fucking shit out, man. Jesus Christ. The little one, the little one is the toughest one.
Right to the back of the neck.
The little one is the toughest one. Go to sleep. I know.
Some Benadryl.
Rear naked. Choke. Sleep.
That's Jay's move. Jay goes in there. He's like, go to sleep.
You know, I will be right back. I'm gonna run outside, and I gotta. Am I gonna get another coffee? Nah.
Another coffee.
I'll be right back.
All right. Good.
My man Jeff drinking coffee at like 2 a.m.
It runs on Dunkin's, bro. That's why.
Yes, sir.
That's why we need to get that man sponsored, bro. But
100%.
let me hit this mark. New year, new future. Could this be the thing that we might see for this 2026? I know a lot of people are about it. I certainly am. I definitely would love to go ahead and see a new future for our team. But I think one thing that kind of came, well, first, before I even hit the next banner, I've heard, I was hearing rumors that Pete might potentially stick around for another year, right? And then probably like this week, probably starting like early this week, starting on Monday, we're getting all these rumors now starting to come out that the Raiders are leaning to go ahead and move on from Pete Carroll. And let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. So this came out the other day, right? Shout out to Raiders Resistance. If you don't follow Raiders Resistance, go ahead, head on over, give them a follow on IG and also X. Shout out to everybody on X. Happy New Year to you guys. Hit that follow if you guys don't follow me. But make sure you guys give a follow to Raiders Resistance. But this came out the other day, and it's been starting to come out that there's little hints that the Raiders are going to go ahead and move on from Pete Carroll. Obviously, a 2-14 season, probably going to be 2-15. It's kind of hard to justify your resistance. I don't care where you're at.
Trash.
But,
trash.
Pete
Carroll, you're trash.
The rumors are out there that come Black Monday, it's probably going to be his final week. Black.
Jay, I love you, bro. You're so positive. What rumors, bro? If you're 2-14, hey, if you did a shit job at your job, would you get fired, Jay?
But I'm not an NFL coach. There's a little bit of difference. We've seen coaches in the NFL survive on, on shitty records like this, 4-13, 5-12, et cetera, right? They live on to fight another day. At least they get another year.
How old are they?
It doesn't matter their age. But
bro, are you kidding me?
Hold on. But let me finish my sentence. But having a season like this, despite you're fucking 74 years old, and going from bad to worse, I think you're not gonna escape us letting you go from your position, right? But this also came out the other day, that the Raiders already are looking ahead towards the next head coach, right? This came out from Jeremy Fowler the other day. They're starting to conduct research for their preliminary head coach candidates, right? So, are we really moving on from Pete? Is that really going to happen? And who is going to be the next guy here in Las Vegas to take hold of this terrible team?
Who the fuck knows?
We've been going through for the last, it hasn't been the decade that we're just halfway through this decade, and we've been pretty shitty, except for that 2021 season. But after that, we've been pretty bad for the last 40 fucking years.
Yeah, Jay. We're gonna answer that. I'll be like, hey, so I'm asking this, Jay. If you were a head coach, and my sales pitch was like, hey man, you want to come be the head coach of a team that's been straight cheeks in an organization that's been straight ass for the past 20 years? Come sign up, bro. That's exactly so right now, man, I'm going to tell you like this. The head coach is going to be somebody else than Pete Carroll. We already know this. If the rumors are starting to come out that, hey, we're addressing other coaches, we're looking for other coaches, bro, cat's out of the bag. This motherfucker is trash. Okay, it's time to move on from him. There's no future with Pete Carroll. Don't sit here and tell me at 74 years old, You see a time where this guy's going to develop a football team and develop a young rookie quarterback into a competitor. He is closer to being 6 feet under. He isn't. I mean, like, yo, straight up. I love Pete Carroll, but at 74, this man is not here for a rebuild. Bro, he ain't gonna make it through a rebuild.
Yeah, he said that straight out, that he is not here for a rebuild. He wants to go ahead and win now.
So
and all of a sudden now he wants to go ahead and work towards the future.
He ain't here for that, bro. At 74, with your sons being straight ass cheek as developers, and you coming out and saying, I'm not a developer, I'm here to win games, bro, you're not with the right team. And that's where I look at it and I say, yo, Pete Carroll gots to go. Now, if we're looking at a new head coach, I'll tell you like this. I like Clint Kubiak. I like Shula out of the McVay tree. I like Robert Saleh. But whoever is coming here needs to realize, bro, that they cannot come out here and say, oh, I win everywhere I go, so we're going to win 10 games immediately. That was the dumbest thing Pete Carroll could have ever said, was coming out there and being so fucking arrogant before he even knew what he got into. They said, we're going to get 10 wins. That is the mentality that came to this team. And we suck. Yeah. And we still talked about having reps and getting practice in week 10.
Practice, dog.
Practice. Week 10. I didn't hear any other coach in the league talking about we're still getting reps. We're still getting practice for our guys, so they'll get better. Every other coach in the league is talking, hey, we're straight cheeks. We need to win. So at the end of the day, bro, don't sit here and like, hey, Pete Carroll, you got to go. You are basura. You are trash. You're yesterday's fucking toilet paper. I'll be like, you need to take a bow. The coach that comes in is going to have a huge mountain to climb. But, hey, I like what Jeff said. Spytech needs to pick him. I don't want to hear about fucking Brady, and I don't want to hear about Mark Davis hiring this guy and then hiring the offensive coordinator, this guy over here. Nah. There has to be one chief, and then everybody else is a bunch of Indians. And people have to answer to each other, and there has to be accountability in the building. There's zero accountability in this building right now, bro.
Yeah.
If you go to ask them why they're losing, Pete Carroll ain't never said the buck stops right here. We're losing because of me, because I suck as a coach. That's what he needs to do, because that's exactly what he does. He sucks as a coach, and that's why we suck as a team. Bad coaching.
100%. 100%. What are your thoughts, Jeff? I know you just came in. But you think, because I was saying, I don't know if you caught what I was saying, but
I was listening. I had my phone.
You were listening? Yeah, okay, cool. So you think Pete's gonna be gone by Monday or that next week?
It might not be Monday, but supposedly there's no press conference already set for Monday. So is the writing on the wall? I honestly hope that what happens is the same thing that happened to Jared Mayo. That when the game's over, he's walking past the fans in the parking lot carrying the box with his office stuff, getting to his car to go home because he ain't coming back. Either way, he's going next week. I can't imagine us sitting there going, oh, well, we had a good year. Let's see what we do next year, Pete. Come on. I just, like Dixon says, we can't keep firing people or head coaches, but he's got to go, man. This game's past him. I'm telling you, the game's passed him by.
Can't connect with players, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Milo? Happy New Year.
Damn him for putting us in this position where we have to go ahead and part ways.
I don't want to lose another head coach. I'm tired of it. Been through so much of it in the last 20 years.
This next one's gonna definitely cost Mark. definitely going to cost Mark.
That's why it's got to be done right.
So let me ask you guys this, right? Everybody goes like, "Oh, Mark didn't do." Mark has tried everything, man. He hired Chucky, went back in history. He went with AP because of the fuck up with Basasha. He hired the young gun head coach with the freaking jackass McDaniels.
Oh, he's not
freaking. I'd be like, but he was the hottest coach. He was the hottest coach in free agency at the time. And then we go
with
Pete at the time.
Was he? I don't think so.
A lot
of past history says everything you need to know about the guy.
I didn't like him. I didn't like him. I didn't like him from Denver. But I mean, like at that time, a lot of people were talking about all the hype McDaniels had. And then he goes on to Pete Carroll. So what hasn't this man done?
I'll tell you what he needs to do is when it comes time to pick the head coach, he needs to go away. They need to send him on a trip where he's got no phone, no internet access, nothing. Nobody can reach him. Put him in the dock room like Aaron Rodgers did, and let Spy Tech handle the hiring of the coach. Because
I don't even want Brady to be in there, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want Brady to be in there.
Because the GM and the head coach have to be in agreement. They have to be on the same page. You can't have them 100%. Butting heads constantly. You can't have one having one thought process, one having another, and one can't do anything because it was the head coach. It was the owner that picked the head coach, and the GM just doesn't have the right say. So, no, which is why it can never be. Yeah, it can't be Gruden either. Because you can't have
vision has to be aligned. Yeah,
don't bring back Gruden.
That happens.
Dude, James said the same thing. Oh, Gruden 3.0. I'm like, I'm going to tell you like this. What the fuck did we get? Are we going to get with Gruden 3.0 that we didn't get with 2.0 and 1.0?
It's the same thing. You're going to get the same thing. He's got a direct elevator right to Mark Davis's office, and as soon as Spy Tech and him don't see eye to eye on something, he's going to circumnavigate around Spy Tech and go right up to him and up to Mark Davis and say, listen.
And his drafting was trash. Bro, his drafting was trash. Tell me what players that this guy drafted that were so good. Wow. Exactly.
And don't anybody dare say Max Crosby because it was actually one of the groundskeepers that mentioned the guy's name and was pushing for it. So don't say that either. He ultimately pulled the trigger on it, but
it was
obviously he didn't know shit about the guy.
Yeah. And it was definitely him, man.
Yep, right here, what Jason just said, too. Right there. It's exactly it. Boom.
Yeah.
There has to be 100%. A leadership, man. There has to be a structure.
The chain of command. There has to be a chain of command. And that's not being respected. And it's hard. You're putting Spy Tech in a tough predicament. You're having to go ahead and really direct a guy like Pete Carroll, who's done it before he was fucking probably born or in fucking diapers at least. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So who the fuck is he, literally a rookie GM, to tell a guy like Pete Carroll what the fuck to do? So
and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, bro. You hit he literally. When have you heard anything from Spy Tech this year? All year long.
Don't talk a lot as is. Bro, they do it.
You're 2-14. You're 2-14.
Yeah, but have you ever heard any other GM really talk? I haven't heard. I really haven't heard.
Halfway through the season, they do it. At halfway through the season, they usually have some sort of press. But this guy has had nothing.
Yeah, I don't even think Telesca didn't even do that. Telesca was the same thing. He didn't really do that much pressers. He just did it in the beginning of the off season. Yeah, that was it. I really haven't seen the GM do a whole lot. But either way, it's just you're bound to run into that, and it's only given. But either way, whether Pete's gone, which it looks like it's going to happen, it definitely has to be Spy Tech who makes that pick. I mean, you could, like I said, you've been on shows with me. You guys have been both on shows with me. You can have your wish list, but at the end of the day, Spy Tech is the one that has to make that fucking call, and he should. Mm-hmm. This is my guy. We're gonna go with him, and 100%. We're gonna go ahead and put a team together. We're gonna rebuild this team together.
Coach, if you go look at It's under one of Gruden's shows. Him and Max, when he got together with Max this past season, they brought it up. Oh yeah, right. It was before the Super Bowl. It was around the Super Bowl this year.
Super Bowl weekend, yeah. Super Bowl weekend. That's Saturday before.
And they both talked about that. And John said that, you know, it was so and so, one of the groundskeepers or one of the maintenance guys that said, "Hey, you ought to look at this guy." And that's when they started looking at film for him. He admitted the whole thing. So
Shit, we
unless
need to
he's
sign
lying,
that guy of a scout immediately.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that guy,
Crosby.
John Gruden?
Who
Help
is
me.
Max Crosby? That guy. Okay, John Gruden. But yeah,
I didn't make that up. That's legit. I mean, that came right.
oh
from
yeah,
Gruden's
that's
mouth.
legit. Yeah, legit. Yeah, Max would say that constantly. Like, almost didn't get dropped by the Raiders. That'd have been crazy. But yeah, I mean, we have some candidates that are already starting to go ahead and be formulated, right? The preliminary, as you have it, you know, Michael Four, probably being one of those guys. You know, Chris Shula, another guy that seems to be probably on that list as well. I mean, who do you? Let me ask you guys this, and then I know there's many more names. Joe Brady being another. Who do you guys? Who's your like favorite two that you would like to see be really considered for this head coaching gig if it becomes available? When it becomes available next week? I'll start with you, Will.
Right now, I'm looking at the next lawn care guy because obviously that's going to be the best scout on the Raiders.
The lawn care guy, the groundskeeper.
Whoever that guy is, we need to hire him ASAP. All right.
Bring that guy into scout. Like a head scout, bro.
Yeah.
The head of the scouting department, the groundskeeper.
You're
But
like Moneyball.
this is the hardest part, man. To say who do I want to bring in, especially at this time, because I don't know who's available. Right? I don't know who would want to come to this organization right now. I really like the idea of going young. I like the idea of going offense. I like the idea of bringing in a guy that's going to be able to move the chains, but we've done this before. But I would go either with the Kubiak from the Shanahan tree, or you're going to go with Chris, or I'd go with Chris Shula or somebody from the McVay tree. You just got to go with somebody like that. I mean, like if Kingsbury is available.
I don't think Kingsbury leaves.
I don't think he leaves, but he has the option now of having a number one quarterback. He has the option of picking whoever he wants at quarterback.
Shout out to 805. He says, I'll be the lawn care guy. Can't turn down some good dog water.
Hey.
Oh, man.
So I'd be like, you have to go with somebody young. I just, again, 70-something-year-old trying to do a rebuild with the young quarterback, man, you're talking a totally
Well, here's the funny
thing.
You don't have to reach far to go young because Pete Carroll's already 70-something. So
yeah.
Anything 10 years or younger, you're already better than what you were.
You're ahead of the curb.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at, man.
Max.
I mean, like Robert Saleh would be my third. I think Robert Saleh is a really good defensive coordinator. I think he could really light up our defense. But then I'm looking at, is he going to be able to develop a quarterback? Who do we bring in as an offensive coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, all those things have to come into play. And again, I go to it and I say, Spytech has a big task.
There you go.
Spytech has to find not only a head coach, but a staff that is willing to develop and that can develop players, and that have a history of developing quarterbacks.
I like that.
Yes. Flip them. Perfect. Both of those guys are McVay guys.
Yeah.
You throw Clint
I want
Kubiak.
someone that comes from the McVay or Shanahan from the Saints tree. I know I can't believe I'm saying the last name Shanahan. But if I had LaFleur, I like him first.
Yeah.
I would put him number one.
Josh says Clint Kubiak, like your life depends on the dude. Been around, great-minded coach, Shanahan, O'Connell, came from McVay. Yeah. So
the thing is, man, people got to remember that whoever comes here, bro, that coach is taking a risk. You know, I mean, like, especially a young guy. People are not going to be patient, man. If we get a young guy, you got to be patient. You got to understand.
4 years. 4 years minimum, I think.
Yeah, you have to look at it.
You can say 3. They have to be here 3 years to really start, making like a fair assessment. Like, okay, we got 2 years that he's been here. This is third year. Then you can start having those prove it years.
Exactly.
Prove it type of year. Yeah, but you got to give him the first 2 automatically off the
Oh God, yeah. We can't. If he goes 1-16 next year, you can't be like, I got to fire him. No,
you got to suck it up.
There's growing pains with a first-time head coach, especially if we're going to go and grab a quarterback with our first pick too. You can't expect us to come out here and be superstar. Oh shit, we're playing in the AFC champ now. If that happens, that's an anomaly. Look what happened with Washington. Look what they did last year, and now look what they are now.
I'll tell you like this: if Pete Carroll was in his 40s, if he was in his mid 40s, early 50s, I could see the Raiders giving him another opportunity because of the fact that we've talked about it before. We can't continuously fire coaches. And you can see a rebuild with a 50-year-old coach. You see what I mean? I mean, like, that's the thing. We have to look at it and say, hey, we are in a total rebuild. So whoever comes in is going to have a hard time. They're not going to win a ton of games. And I'd be like, even if we do get a Kubiak, guys, this doesn't mean we're going to get 10 to 9 wins and become a playoff team.
And I'll say this real quick. He was also in the talks last year of bringing him in and giving him a new view as head coach, and I'm surprised we didn't fucking pull the trigger. So I don't know why that didn't happen. I hope that it wasn't anything bad that he snuffed us, because that's gonna change people's minds now. So just keep that food for thought, because he was a name that was mentioned, that floated out there, and for whatever reason, there was no interview done. I could just be exaggerating a bit, but I don't know. I just don't know. Don't know with these guys, because look at, there was Ben Johnson didn't even want us. Yeah, it was Brady who came in, who said, you know what, he was literally the fluffer in between that interview. He's the guy who reached out and put his influence out there to go ahead and make that interview happen. But originally he was not about it. So, but some of these guys, could that potentially happen as well? Like, we don't have a great track record. We say this all the time. Who the fuck wants to come here and coach? What is it going to take to get bodies through the door to interview,
Thanks, Chico. I just looked at the clock too. I'm like, God damn, it's 3:40 in the morning here. I gotta say this. This all could be for moot anyway, because what if they pull a fast one on us all and they don't fire Pete, and then it's all this talk of speculation.
How do you sell that to Raider Nation?
We got to deal with it. What are you going to do? What are you going to storm the building and throw everybody out of it?
At the same time, I mean, like,
I'm the owner now.
Come from
Captain Phillips, this shit.
Going to the games. And I'd be like, Pete Carroll has already asked, oh, yeah, Raider Nation, where did you get behind us when I turn this around? Blah, 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 blah. Bro, Raider Nation ain't going to show up for another year of this crap.
There'll be a lot of empty seats.
I'm just being realistic here. You know, if they want to give him another year, they may just do that. You never know. We don't know
You're
what's going to
right.
happen.
You're absolutely right.
Until Pete is physically removed from the building and he's no longer here, we can hope and wish and dream all we want as to who we want as a new head coach and what we want to do with the draft pick. Until the coaching situation is squared, it's all speculation. You know, just like when people ask me, what do you want to do with the first pick? Well, first of all, if the coaches all stay, we still need to hire an offensive coordinator. We don't even know what we're going to get with that yet right now. So that's the least situation, is we just have to hire an OC. The next situation is Pete's gone and we got to hire a whole brand new coaching staff, head coach, OC, DC, everything. Because I don't want anybody left. If they're getting rid of Pete, I want everybody gone. And that's Patrick Graham included. I know some people are like, oh, we can't get rid of him. How many regimes has he lasted now? How many times are we going to give this guy a chance to be here again? And some people I saw in another show saying he should possibly be the head coach. No, no, go on. I want him out of the building. I don't want anybody left. I want everybody out of here.
Oh yeah,
even Deuce. Yeah. See ya, everybody.
Yeah,
I don't want no ties to any past regimes. Go on.
Yeah,
the only guys that get to stick around are alumni.
Yeah, you gotta bring the whole thing to the ground, to the foundation, you know, and build from there. That's really audit. Even guys like
805.
If they don't fire Pete, I'm gonna have the entire season of the night where we sign Adam Butler, but the opposite way. I'll be a mean, pissed off drunk until he's out. Don't do
Dude,
it.
That night was brutal when he came in. He was fucking hammered that night. It was hilarious. He was so happy.
Yeah. If not, get rid of Patrick Graham. But yeah, even Robbie Leonard, you know, guys that could be the next guy, you gotta get him out. Unfortunately, you know,
you need a whole new mindset.
Pete, if you part ways, Pete, you gotta let the new coach bring in his guys from top to bottom. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do it, you know. And unfortunately, the guys who are still here, as far as players wise, they're gonna have to go ahead and get used to it. You know, they're gonna have to rebuild that relationship again. So it sucks, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. Literally, we'll find out next week whether Pete stays or goes. So that's for damn sure.
We gotta find out this Sunday, bro. Watch this Sunday. I want to see it, bro. I want to see Pete Carroll get the taser, get security, get his little box of chocolates or whatever the fuck he has in his office with those old geezer ass, and throw him out of the building. Throw the trash out.
Glitches and everything, bro. But one thing is for sure, you know, that we know we're gonna get we got the top 2 picks, so either 1 or 2. And the question is, will we end up with the number 1 pick? And if so, what are we gonna do with that number 1 pick? There's different ways you can go about it. Before we get into the draft talk, what do you guys think? Are we gonna end up with number 1? I think there's something out there where we have about an 89% chance of securing the number 1 pick. Do you think we end up with at number 1? We haven't done it in almost 18 years almost. I'll start with you, Jeff. Do you think we get it?
I think we get it.
Well,
I think we got it.
Well, we're about to take some belt to ass this weekend. I'd be like, Pete Carroll's so bad. Andy Reid is going to make us look retarded with his 3rd string quarterback. He might even get 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and we'll look retarded.
Bill has a question.
I mean, like, it is what it is.
He has a question. I like this question. Here's the real question. Does it matter whether we get 1 or 2? Is it really? There is a difference. There's a big difference. Because if you get number 1, nobody's going to jump over you. And we have all the control. We can pick at number 1 or we can trade back. And whoever
We
trade
control
with,
our own destiny at
we
that
control
point.
100%.
exactly. Yes.
We have the ability to trade back and accumulate picks if the Jets really are sold in on Mendoza. We have the ability to draft a quarterback if we are really sold on whoever it is. We have the ability to move back. We have a lot of things, man, and that's what it opens up to. If we have the second pick, that puts us in a vulnerable position. Why? Because then we don't have the option of drafting whoever it is that we want, that we're sold.
We have no leverage.
Exactly. And this gives us a ton of leverage versus the Jets or anybody else. Even for the people that say, oh, we need to draft a quarterback. Even if we move back at this time, Jeff, I'm not even that pissed off. We need so many players on this team that we need a shitload of more bullets. So at
But
the
you're not
end
going
of
to
the
get
day,
everybody in this single draft. It's hard.
No, but it's a
It's a
start,
start,
especially
yes.
if we can
Start,
accumulate
yes.
more picks
But
out
you're
of it.
also going to have to also do it for free agency. You have to be more aggressive this time around in
Oh
free
fuck yeah!
agency to fill in these gaps. And I was telling Will on the Sunday show, like I remember thinking back last year, and I know we're talking about free agency earlier, but there was a lot of guys that were out there that we could have picked up, and we didn't, especially on defense. Yep. Especially that secondary, we struggled all year long. We knew we were going to struggle, and I've said it multiple times. Like that middle of the field, like we're going to really go ahead and really rely at the nickel position with what's his name, not Vance, the other guy. What's his name, Jeff? Fuck. I can't think of it.
For who?
Nickel, the nickel guy.
Oh, Caleb Downs?
No.
Vance?
The other guy. The guy who Harper. Was it Harper? No.
What, the guy that we have now?
Yeah, the guy we have now that Vance replaced.
Chin?
Not Chin. Chin played nickel, but not the de facto guy.
Jeez, dude.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Oh shit, let's look at the Giants up from last week. Shit.
I'll tell you right now.
Greedy Vance?
No, the other guy.
Darnay Holmes?
Darnay Holmes, yes. Holmes.
Good.
That was Harper. Holmes.
Holmes is number 2 right now.
Yeah,
Greedy Vance
but he was number
close.
1 majority of the year. Yeah, he was number 1. So I'm like, we're gonna get sliced up. And that's what literally happened. And there was a few guys that were out there that could have solved that problem, and we decided not to. So it's just shit like that went on through free agency. So we have to be way more aggressive this time around. But you're not gonna fill up everything in the draft. Does it help? It does help. Realistically, the first 3, maybe you can even include 4th round, or really the rounds they're impactful players are going to really move the needle for the team. We're starting to see that because look at Caleb Rogers, look at Charles Grant. Those guys look like they're working out. Darian Porter, the jury's still out on that guy, but there's still a lot of potential there. The only one I probably really see that might not have potential or needs a hell lot of more work will probably be Thornton. Thornton's going to be out of the guys in the first 4 rounds, probably the guy who needs the most work. Even Tonka's like been pretty consistent, way more consistent than him, and he's another 4th round pick. So
as far as us having the number 1. So if we've got the number 1 pick and the Jets really want it that bad, they've got a boatload of picks that they can unload. Mm-hmm. Especially if they've got high aspirations to take a guy like, say, Mendoza. I'm just throwing the name out there. Let's just say it's Mendoza that they really, really want. And they want to give up their 2 first rounders to move up and take him. I'm doing it. because they're what, number 3 right now, right?
Let me see.
So we move back 2 spots, and we're still going to get a top 3 guy no matter what, And if that's the case, if we're giving up Mendoza by giving up the number 1 pick, then I'm all in on.
You know what would change things too? If Dante Moore declares that will change the landscape.
Because he's still on the fence from what I've heard too, right? He's
still on the fence. So we won't know probably until the playoffs are over.
Yeah.
So probably by mid-January, I think, would be safe to say. So that would change things.
And there's a lot of things that you have to address, man. You guys talked about. Oh, go ahead. The super chat. Go ahead.
Real quick. Shout out to G-Fam with the $5 super. He says, what do you guys think of Kirk Cignetti as a head coach if we draft Mendoza? If Dante Moore wins the Natty, does he take over as best QB prospect? Shout out to my guy G-Fam with the $5 super. What do you guys think on his question?
On Kirk Cignetti becoming the head coach of the Raiders just because he was the college coach of Mendoza?
Mm-hmm.
No.
How long's he been the head coach there?
He goes and he wins at every organization that he's been at, but I just don't feel like he's ready to be a head coach in the NFL. Being a head coach in college is a lot different than being a head coach in the NFL.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
And it says here, if Dante wins the Natty, does he take over as best QB prospect? That all depends on what you like. If you're looking at athleticism, what are the intangibles that you look at as a quarterback for a head coach? I'll be like, that's where you're really looking at. To me, winning the national championship is more of a team thing, right? This isn't just a one individual award thing. Winning the national championship is that all 22 players did the right thing. And I'll address something else real quick. You guys said free agency. We need Big Don John out there and not Coupon John. I need you to hang those big hairy balls out and sign some free agents that are caliber players. Bring some offensive linemen. If you want to bring a Mendoza, we talked about it. You have to back up the Brinks truck to every offensive lineman that is high caliber.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I want to follow up to what you said, about the experience factor, right? So a guy like Kirk Cignetti, would we hire him? There's a difference between being a head coach at the collegiate level, right, and then an NFL level, and having that experience at the NFL level, right? Or bring in a rookie head coach, because you would be a rookie head coach at that point, or bring in another rookie head coach who's already in the league, who already is established, who's already been working under a different head coach who's already proven, been there for years. That's a big difference because you already know how the landscape is in the NFL. Now it's just your turn. So, for example, even if you put in a guy like Mike LaFleur, who's currently the offensive coordinator for the Rams, who's been under Sean McVay for a number of years now, having him step in as a head coach is completely different and would probably have the leg up compared to a guy like Kirk, who would come in brand new to the league, would really, really have to go ahead and start experiencing things at the NFL level. I don't know. I feel that makes a big difference to me. If I had to choose between those two guys, I would choose Mike LaFleur or probably any other guy maybe down the list over a guy like him. I understand. I know what he's saying, the whole continuity factor. That would be cool, but you also got to think about more than that particular guy. You got to think about the other 52 men on the roster as a whole. You can't just think about the number one, about just this kid alone, and developing him and all that. You could bring in somebody else, even if you have a different head coach, to go ahead and really nurture that. Not necessarily with the head coach like focus all of his time and energy on that particular guy either. They would necessarily bring in somebody to go ahead and develop that prospect, but everything works in tandem. I don't know. That's just my take on his question. What about you, Jeff? What do you think? What do you think about GFM's comment?
Question? He did put someone else put some other context. So he's 64. He's been there for 2 years. Not that the age scares me. I don't know. I know he'd have a good report, but it's the same thing as like last season once Chip Kelly was selected as our OC. Everybody was like, "Oh, let's get the guys from Ohio State." That doesn't always work out. Granted, we didn't get any of them, but the fact that we didn't even try, there was no talk of us saying, we've got him on our draft board. This is who we're really, you didn't hear any of the rumblings or rumors of any of that. Not saying that this wouldn't work, but I don't know. I probably not. I just for that fact of wanting him because he was Mendoza's head coach, I'm not going with that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, I think
that's what we mean, bro.
And that's the other thing. I want one of those guys from those trees that we already talked about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It will make it.
All right, G-Fam.
Yeah. Well, it's a great question, bro. And I get the whole continuity thing. And then
he's making $11 million a year in college. He ain't gonna take an NFL job. There ain't nobody that's gonna pay him over 10 mil. No way. That ain't happening. Sorry, you can forget that. He's priced himself out of the NFL job for sure.
Yeah, and 805 follows up. There's just hope a coach with extensive experience is willing to take the job. That's a bigger question, and you're right. And this is what we're saying.
Well, that's where the number one pick helps out too.
That is definitely a sweetener, but you got to back up the Brinks truck for sure. You got to fucking be like, look, if you like a guy and you're serious about a guy, make the offer, and you're gonna have to go ahead and really, dig in those pockets to make sure you secure this guy. My bigger question, my bigger worry is getting them in the door to interview, to show some fucking interest. That's the part that I'm more concerned about. Like, how is that going to play out? How's that going to look? You can want all these guys, but are they actually willing to come in and interview and be interested for the job?
I think it would make it a lot easier if we secure the number one pick, because you dangle that in front of them, and with the possibility of, hey, we could take this number one first round pick and turn this into 2 first round picks and possibly a second round pick on top of that, maybe a first, you know what I mean? Like look what you might be able to build with this one pick, how this is going to change. Could change the trajectory of this team going forward for years if it's done right, if the right guy is here, if Spytek's allowed to do what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, and then
I will tell you. Okay, guys. Sorry, I just jumped in real quick. I will tell you this. If the Raiders are starting to do their research right now, it's starting to shake trees for real and doing some back freaking wood shit and just like getting interviews and everything, then they're doing the right fucking thing for the first time in a long time. Because you need to start shaking every tree. That's the first thing you need to do, is figure out who wants to be here. Who is available to come here? If you have interest from a coach, you better interview him. Because at the end of the day, right now, man, the Raiders are in a desperate position. We're not a high quality position for a team to come in or a coach to come in and say, oh, yeah, I want to coach this team. And this team is complete dog shit. I'd be like, we suck at every position. So what are we going to do, right? You really have to really look at and shake every tree and just see what coach is interested to come here first.
Yeah. 100%. And I think you, man, I forgot what I was gonna say. I think you could even sweeten the pot a little bit more if you let them know like you'll have full control of building your staff. If you really put that out there and say like, hey, we're gonna, if you come in and interview, we're gonna, if we like you, we bring you in. Not only will you have the number one pick, not only will you probably be one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL, but you're gonna be able to go ahead and build your team from top to bottom, meaning your coaching staff. You bring in the guys you want, you interview the guys you want, and get the guys you want. We'll go ahead and facilitate that. Because if Spytech is making an offer, that means that their vision is aligned, meaning that they want the same thing. So that should be also the negotiating factor. Like, look, if we do this offer, it's we're letting you have almost full autonomy in this.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy? You want to know what's crazy, Jay? Yeah.
I can't go outside and shake trees here. I'll get covered in snow. It's snowing like a son of a bitch.
Now you guys got
and shit.
I get snowing bad.
Maybe lose train of thought now, bro.
Sorry.
Shit.
That's because you move around too much. It shakes in your head and you can't.
Hey, we shaking trees right now, bro.
Shake. Shout out to John. He says he has a question. He says, question also, do we get to look at other teams with QBs like Cam Ward, coaches who would love to coach him, so many will lose top coach, also Jackson Dart?
I'm confused on that question.
I'm a little bit confused. Like, would we go after like quarterback coaches like Cam, like that would want to coach?
Wait, it says would we got to look at? It says we got to look at other teams with QBs like Cam Ward.
Coaches
would love to coach him. So,
yeah, explain that a little bit better, bro.
Yeah.
Well, how's that? I don't get it. That's not question. Also, we got to look at other teams with QBs like Cam Ward. Coaches would love to coach him, so we may lose top coach also to Jackson. So basically, the two most enticing jobs out there right now, as we stand, is New York Giants and Tennessee Titans. Mainly because of their quarterbacks. I think right now the Giants are the best option overall because of what you got with Jackson Dart, what you're going to have with Scatterbo back next year, what you've got with Malik Neighbors, what you've got with an offensive line. So you've got a team that's and you got a hell of a defense too. Okay. And don't forget, they didn't have Thibodeau for most of the season too. There's another guy on that defensive front. So the Giants' job is enticing, really enticing.
Yeah.
Tennessee, not so much because they just need a lot of pieces too. They've got the quarterback, but I think the Giants is going to be the toughest one to get into a bidding war.
Oh yeah, for sure. But with that said, obviously we're talking about the draft, draft picks, draft talk. Let's get into that part.
Oh my gosh, do we even have a coach?
Well, let's say we did. Let's say we did get a coach. Well, either way, whether it's Pete's here or not here, we still got to go through the draft. We can't like skip the draft. Like, you know what? We got a coach. We got to just fucking. We're gonna. Just
Here's my solution: draft picks. If Pete Carroll's coaching, trade them all because this guy doesn't develop shit. Right? If Pete Carroll's here, if we got the first pick in the draft, do not draft a player. Get more draft picks because we are going to shit the bed if Pete Carroll is allowed to have the number one pick. Other picks. If Pete Carroll is not the head coach, then that's when Spytech and whoever it is that comes in need to get together in the same room and they start looking at guys that they're saying. And we need to address it. Like I talked with Jeff earlier. We need to address the offensive line. Big Dong John needs to come out and freaking back up the Brinks truck to every offensive lineman that he thinks is a key player to secure up the offensive line. This isn't going to work.
There's a lot of good offensive linemen out there for free agencies too. in free
And if,
agency.
you know what? I like what Jeff said too. If we say, hey, we're not sold on a quarterback, trade back, get more first round draft picks, and draft your lineman. If it comes
Hold on,
back to
Rorschach's leaving. So, damn, guys, this is one of the best, deepest live streams I've been a part of. I'm effing tired and sleepy, and I just can't hang anymore. I wish I could, but I can't. So, good night. Good night, Rorschach. You have a wonderful evening. Just remember, it's 4 o'clock here, and I'm still up.
runs off Dunkin'.
Lightweight.
Dunkin' Donuts. If you guys are looking for a guy to sponsor, this man runs on Dunkin'. That is his gasoline. But yeah, I'll be like we said, Jeff, if we look at, hey, if we don't draft if we're not so sold on a quarterback, we need to move back and draft offensive linemen. I'd be like, that's the only way I see it. I'd be like, and I don't want to talk into certain players because, again, it all depends on who's coaching.
Exactly, and that's why it's such a. I know everybody's like, well, it's a hot topic right now. Yeah, I get it, but it's all a bunch of, if wishes and dreams, it's the same shit, until we know what direction it's going in. And to work, Jeff, and I go back to work Friday, and I don't run on Dunkin'. Boo-hoo. Work, what's that? I haven't had to work in the last 5 years. I forget what it's like.
Guy.
This is work. But yeah, that again, like you've already said, if Pete Carroll's still here, there's no way in hell I want to bring in a rookie quarterback with him. Absolutely not. No. I don't care who the hell our offensive coordinator is. I don't want Pete Carroll involved with this team anymore, period. And the last thing I want to do is let him put the future of this organization in his hands with the draft pick. I'm sorry. And that's why I said this on the show with you the other night, if I have to choose and Pete Carroll's still here, it's Mendoza or I'd rather go with like a Caleb Downs type of kid. I feel a safer move is grabbing a defensive player because that's a kid that could have an immediate impact. Mendoza's going to take some time, because again, you don't know who the offensive coordinator is going to be still. If Pete stays, we still have to hire that. I would feel safer with picking the top defensive player that's in this draft at that moment when we pick, whether it's pick 1, 2, or 3. Because that's pretty much where we can end up here. If we got number 1 and we move with the Jets, we'll end up with number 3. Jets have the 1. And that's what I would do. I wouldn't even think about taking a quarterback at that point. And I know people will be like, we need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. If, number 1, we don't address the offensive line, if we don't do it the right way, and if this regime is still here, you really want that? You really want to put a rookie quarterback on? I'd rather just stick with Geno for another year at that point. Let him take the beating.
Yep, I agree.
Let him take the pounding back there instead of a rookie quarterback. You're going to kill that kid's confidence. So the last thing you want to do with a rookie quarterback is put him out there when he's not ready, or better yet, when our team is not ready for him because the line's so bad. You're just going to shoot that kid's confidence, and you're going to ruin him. You've seen that happen too many times with past rookie quarterbacks.
All right. Okay.
What?
Hey, Angelo's in the chat. Happy New Year, Angelo.
Oh, happy New Year, brother. There you go. Oh, sorry. My bad. I wanted to ask you guys this question because I know obviously all the talk is with the number 1 pick, but what about the other picks? Because like I said earlier, like literally rounds maybe 2 and 3, you can even put 4 in there, will probably be the ones that really impact a team. So what do you do at the other picks? If you collect draft capital, what do you do there? What is the move to be made? We talked about offensive line. What else aside from that? Or is it all
BPA?
Just
BPA? Yeah, we got so many
on
different
the defense. If it's
BPA,
Pete Carroll.
So if you go, all right, and we're saying,
And Jaw Raider, you're right too.
I mean, like, we got so many holes, Jay. You could literally just throw a name in a hat, and we have a hole. We could fill one. We need linebackers. We need corners. We need safeties. We need linemen. We need freaking wide receivers. We need kickers. I'll be like, bro, what don't we need? So at the end of the day, I'll be like, with Pete, it all depends on what we do in free agency. It all depends on who the head coach is. But in the second, third, and fourth and fifth, bro, we got freaking to address linebacker, corner, the opposite side defensive end. We need another defensive tackle. We need a right guard, a left guard, a center, a right tackle. I'll be like a wide receiver 1, a wide receiver 2. We got tight ends. We need a quarterback. I'd be like, yeah, pretty much pick whatever position you want. BPA it. That's just at the end of the day for those.
I like BPA better than BTA. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, all day, bro.
Hey, BPA might
My ass
be a
can't
big
handle
determinant to
BTA.
BTA.
My ass can't handle BTA. Shout out to 805. He says, if we have the number 1 pick and we keep Pete, he's going to ruin the draft for me. I'm still going, but I'll be a disgruntled Raider fan in Pittsburgh.
100%.
Facts, dog.
I'll be right there with you, 805, because I plan on being there in Pittsburgh. So yeah, I think Will's thinking about going too, right?
See.
Yep. Thinking about it.
No, I get that, Coach, but I think that's a safer move than going for a quarterback with this current coaching staff. That's all. Just like I would. What would you do if we take the best offensive tackle or offensive guard with that first pick or early? If we trade back in the first round.
Look, I'm giving you a fucking fist bump. That's what I'm doing because right now our offensive line sucks ass.
That's okay. And Pete Carroll's still here, and so is Brennan. So now what?
Oh fuck! Well, don't tell me that.
You changed your mind now, didn't you?
You didn't tell me that. Trade back. Trade back.
Right.
Trade back. Pick the 8th.
I don't trust this coaching staff, especially on the offense, with any new players. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I cannot put my faith behind this team.
If Pete's here,
if Pete's here with
DB on the number 1 pick, yeah, it would be hard to swallow. I don't know. I think it would probably be. I think he'd go receiver, but honestly, I think he would be in a. I think the pressure would mount so much.
Coach, I can go with that.
I think the pressure would mount so much against Pete that he would be. I think he would be forced to go ahead and get that quarterback at number 1 if they don't trade back. I think that would be the move. I think because they would criticize him like you had Geno Smith, you went out and got this guy, and look at the season he just came off from, and so you're gonna run it back with him and Kenny Pickett. I don't know.
It sucks. We're in such a tight spot right now. That's why if the owners and the people in charge of this team, not the coaching staff, if they really want to progress and move this team in a forward motion, especially with this number 1 pick can change everything for us going forward because there's so many different ways we can go. But if they truly want to try and make this for the better, then Pete has to go. They cannot consciously sit here and say, we'll be fine with Pete having control of this team as the head coach with the number 1 pick, bringing him the top player that we can grab with that number 1 pick and think that we're going to succeed. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't see it either. And I think for owners that really want a return on investment and ROI on this team, especially to those people that were like, this ownership is all about money. They don't care about the team. Yeah, think about it in this sense. What brings them the money? Merch, the licensing from the merch, to putting ass in seats. those are the ones that bring in the fucking money. And if you don't have ass and seats, and you're not able, you don't your shells are down, and you can't license out your team, that's gonna lose you money. That's gonna lose you money. You're losing money on airtime as well. That's a fact that probably some people don't know about. Like,
True.
Yeah, the like CBS, Fox, they pay to air the games. They pay the teams money to air the games. And so if your team is not getting aired, and we've had that kind of happen, I'm pretty sure it's going to probably happen this season coming up. We're probably going to get less views unless unless you're like 8 to 5 and like Race for Chris who live in Vegas or live in that area. Then that's the only time we're probably going to see a Raider game unless you have the ticket. Other than that, you're gonna have to bootleg it or whatever the fuck. You're not gonna be able to
Go
watch
Buffalo Wild Wings somewhere and watch the game.
Buffalo Wild Wings, yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to do that. I did that for a long time.
Yeah.
So all that plays a factor. So really, it is an important movement on different levels because you are losing money. If you keep paying another year, and you're having another 2-15 season or another 3-14 season. You're gonna lose a fan base. The fan base is already like a lot of people are like, I'm not spending more money on this fucking team as it is.
I get that part, but the asses in seats, that's not going to change. It's just going to have more people from the opposing team. It's just because of where the team is. If the team was in Oakland, you weren't going to see, because it's in Vegas is what I'm saying. Because of the destination. That's why so many people will still go to a game.
I get what you're saying.
It's an experience.
I think
you're selling a whole experience.
I think that happens with certain teams, but like we just came off this game versus the Giants. A lot of that stadium was empty.
Oh, I believe that. But again, it's also a holiday weekend too. That's the other thing you got to look at too. It's a tough part of the season.
The games too. So I think it happens more often than when you have a stadium packed from the opposing team. I think that's what you're going to get.
But they're still going to get their money. You got to remember all those PSLs. That's the money that they get whether we show up to a game or not. They've already got their money every year.
Yeah,
they've already got that money.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's us boycotting going to games that won't change anything. People will
change if the PSLs start giving up or they stop paying because it's not cheap. It starts at 20.
No, it's not.
They already paid it though. You pay it once. You pay it at once.
Yeah.
And
so you've already bought it.
You pay it every year. I heard.
No, you repay for your tickets. So you pay your PSL and then you pay your tickets on top of your PSL.
Yeah. So like I got a friend of mine that's got season tickets and their PSLs were $20,000. The two guys, they each bought a ticket. So one guy paid $10,000, the other one paid $10,000 for the PSL. But that's it. You never have to pay that again. That's unless you upgrade. If you upgrade, then that's different. But they stay where they are. Their PSL is paid for. They have to pay for their season tickets every year. So every year they have to fork over however much their season tickets are worth in total value. That they have to pay every year. But PSL is a one and done thing. You can sell your PSL.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, you can sell it.
Yeah.
Facts. But let's be just real, man.
But either way, you're spending like $5. It just depends. I'm thinking at least like $5 to like $5,000 and more and up going forward. I mean, and that's for a whole season. So it's.
I can't hear you, Jay.
Yeah,
I thought it was me. I thought
my mic cut off. Sorry, stupid mic. But yeah, I mean, either way, $5,000, $6,000, whatever you're paying, and the tickets prices keep going up. That's still, it's not chump change. It's still a lot of money, But I think it does hurt. Even if they're reselling them, you have to go through the trouble reselling them, and it's a whole process and stuff. Either way, I think for their best interest is to appease the fan base, obviously, and put asses in seats as much as you can. As much as you can.
805 just said it.
Stadium is sold out every game. People just can't resell their tickets so that the attendance is light. You know what, though? And at the same time, Jay, like we talked about, how many times is it going to be that both teams are straight ass cheeks? That's why the stadium's empty. It's the end of the season. The Chiefs are going to be done with their season. I mean, like they're on their third string quarterback. Mm-hmm. And the New York Football Giants just came into town and gave a straight belt to ass, and they suck. So I'll be like, there's nobody going to show up to that, man.
Josh says people are paying 600 tickets to see the Raiders play. That was a Cowboys game. There, it was going up to like $500 and something dollars.
Should have went to the Giants game. They were going for $50, and people still couldn't buy them. Still weren't buying
them. Look at me in Philly. Dawn didn't buy our tickets till Sunday morning. As we were getting ready to head out to the tailgate, we still hadn't bought our tickets yet. If we would have bought our tickets when we first decided to go to the Philly game, they would have been $300 plus. Okay. And that was in the higher section. So as we got closer to the game, the prices were dropping a little bit, but nothing major. The standing room only at one point was up to $210, dropped down to like $179. We thought about buying those at that point. But the morning of the game, she checked one more time, and they were down to $100 a ticket. And we sat in the lower level. We were 12 rows off the field in the corner on the Raiders side, right at the tunnel where they came in and out. And we got those for $100 a piece. And the guys sitting around us, we were talking to him, and we may mention, he said, how much did you get your tickets for? I said, we got them this morning for $100 a piece. He goes, you shitting me? These are like $500 seats where you're sitting right now. I know. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I had to do for the Jaguar game. I bought my ticket. I think it was like 162, somewhere around there. And so I resold it. Obviously, I lost on it, but either way, because I sat like black hole, which was like a way closer seat, 2 levels down, as opposed to like being up in like the 400s or whatever the fuck, like being up there, like it was a big thing. And I bought that the day before, like 18 hours before the game kicked off officially. Yeah, and it was like 100 and.
That's crazy. $60 for those tickets.
Yeah.
And that just sucks. If I can afford to get out to Vegas, because I mean it's airfare, it's hotels, food. Luckily I don't drink, so there's no booze I'd be buying. I've already got people that are, saying, oh, I got season tickets, I'll take care of you, blah, blah, blah. So it's like the ticket to the game's not gonna be the problem. It's just the cost of flying, the hotel, all that shit adds up, man. I just can't swing that. I'm hopefully next year I can get out there, but still got 2 games I got to be out for on the East Coast and going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I see. I wouldn't know nothing about that because I don't believe in Vegas. I Uber everywhere.
He said, oh shit!
But he hit up 805 if you're on the game and you're driving to the game. He knows all the places and stuff like that.
If I'm staying, I ain't driving nowhere.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys
for the people who drive to the game, you
get the cheap seats and walk around, bro. That's what I do.
Oh, my first time there, I can't imagine sitting in the seats the whole game.
I just walk around. I just walk around any level.
You probably would be there as the gates open, and I'm like,
me?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what am I going to stay in the parking lot for the tailgate? I mean, I'll hang around the tailgate for a little bit, but as soon as those gates are open, see ya, I'm inside. Plus, I'm getting the tour too when I go. I'm definitely doing the tour. There's no two ways about it.
Are you kidding me? Jeff needs that AC, bro.
Can't
be out there sweating his ass off.
Don't go early September though.
I'm gonna look like Frosty the Snowman. I'll be melted. No.
October to December. October to December is the time to go. But what I don't know. My thing is this: whatever direction we go, I hope it's a positive direction. For me, I wouldn't trade back. If we have the number 1 pick, we go get our quarterback. We need our quarterback. I know you have all these positions to fill, and you can fill part of that with free agency. You just have to be very methodical on the people that you go after for that free agency. You can trade back in some rounds. We saw that happen last year, and we were pick up a couple more draft capital. I think it's probably going to be the same suit. I think we're getting we're supposed to getting some comp picks. I think like 4th round picks. I don't know how many we're supposed to get. So we're getting some comp picks. We are getting more draft capital automatically, but obviously, you're gonna still have the top pick in the 2nd round. You can always trade back from that. That's like having that's almost having like an extra 1st round pick because you're picking at number 1 in the 2nd round.
Yeah, number 33. So yeah. So you get a choice of 2 players in the top 33. That's
a big deal. That's a big deal. And so people got to think about that too. So it's like you can still get your quarterback. You can still go ahead and trade back your 2nd over the 2nd round overall pick and get some draft capital there. You might want to move a few spots down. It just depends how much you can go ahead and get from that. If it's a team that's really high on somebody and they want to go ahead and go after them and they don't want to fuck around and leave it up to they get their draft pick, then they make that trade.
Here's the other good thing you'll look at too that some people aren't even addressing, to be honest with you. At least I haven't heard. So even if we don't keep the number 1 pick and say we trade with the Jets and we get their 2 first rounders this year, so that's now 2 players in the 1st round that are going to be on that rookie contract where we have that option, that 5th year option on. Other than that, if we only go with our 1st pick and we only use it, you know what I mean, and we don't trade it away, we only get. So now you get 2 possible players that could be the future of this organization that you're going to have that 5th year option on, So that's another way to look at it too. That's another bonus for you at that point, that you get that 5th year at their original contract, unless you rework it. Because if they're that good, you're going to want to keep them anyway. If you're keeping them for their 5th year, then they're there to stay for a while. So we'll see. But it's 4:30 my time. There's no way we're doing a mock draft.
Oh no! I had that as a filler. Like
I was about to say,
we run the show quick. We have extra like filler time, but
told you it was going to be a 3-hour plus show when I saw the amount of banners you had set.
Oh yeah,
we're at 3 hours.
And then we were going through the chat and everybody.
Yeah, no, sure.
Put in their question. It just fills up time. But you have Brock. You have Brock that I feel like his contract is going to be taken care of before it even hits probably even the 4th year. They're probably going to lock his ass.
Should extend him now. What the fuck are we waiting for?
Yeah, get him cheap while you can. Yeah, so you have that also. So if Mendoza works out or whoever the quarterback is more, I don't know. And they're doing great, and we're being competitive. We're making playoffs. We might not be doing big things in playoffs, but at least we're getting there. Maybe we're 1 and done. Right now, I'll take 1 and done for the next 2 years until we get our shit straight.
Night, Raider. Later, brother.
Night, brother. Happy New Year. I'll take that and build from there, because it might not be necessarily the quarterback. It might be like, hey, we need another wide receiver 1. We might need a complimentary piece for our wide receiver 1. We don't know, right? It could be different things, but not necessarily because you have the number 1. Can you pick up the 5th? They might want to lock this person up for the next, another 4 or 5 years. It could always be that. I don't know if necessarily it's always the deciding factor, but it is a good option to have. And usually the teams like invoke it when they can't reach a deal on their contract. Usually they're like, okay, we're going to invoke the 5th and that's it. We're going to lock you up. And that way you're not able to hit free agency before we can figure this thing out, so there's always that. But I don't know. My thing is Mendoza or quarterback, whether it's Moore or Mendoza, I'm for it. If we're number 2, we can go ahead and trade back. You know, I feel Dante Moore is going to be really the factor alongside with Pete that's really going to go ahead and determine our draft. And it's going to be a very interesting draft this year. I'm excited for it. You know, I think there's, like you said, there's so many positions you got to fill. You go different in so many different ways. There's a lot of guys that are coming out that are good potential prospects defensively, offensively. We need help in so many areas. It's crazy. So I don't know, but let me go towards this. I think we're going to go ahead and kind of wrap this thing up here. Let me kind of get
I'm ready.
There you go.
2:30 in the morning here.
I know, bro. Yeah, 2:33 for me. Yeah. What are your final thoughts? For this year, for the next year coming up. Anything you guys want for it to happen? I'll start with you, Will. What do you have? What's your final thoughts?
Man, my final thoughts is this year has been a complete shit show. And that honestly, we are going to end the season being a complete shit show. So now Raider Nation really has forward to look into the offseason. I'd be like, honestly, we'll see what happens right after this game. Hopefully we see Pete get fucking thrown out of the building along with his sons and all this garbage. And we'll start out fresh. You know, honestly, that's the only thing that we got to look forward to this year. We have to look at what we can do in the offseason in order to improve this team. And we are back to the same thing that we were back to last offseason. Talking about who will lead this team. Talking about what players we need to draft. And all these improvements, man. Honestly, man, I just look forward to getting into the offseason because I'm tired of taking BTA. I'd be like, I'm tired of getting our asses whooped, bro, and coming out here and just talking about how much we suck. I felt like that's all we've done all season. Bro, we've had 2 games where we won, and we literally talked about how bad we looked winning. So, my final thoughts for Raider Nation is, hey, man, stay tuned, stay engaged, and be hopeful for the offseason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What about you, Jeff? What are your final thoughts?
I will. I'm excited for the season to finally be over at this point. Like Will just said, I feel like a broken record all season long about how bad we are this, how bad we are with that.
Yeah. Same.
I'm done with that. What I will miss until the season starts is hanging on Sundays with, you know, my chapter and, you know, the Raider fans here in New England. You know, I got to meet Will for the very first time, week 1. You know, I look forward to that. That's one thing I'm definitely looking forward to is, you know, being able to meet up with everybody again this coming season in 2026. And anything that we do prior to the season starting, like the draft, I plan on going to the draft. I don't know if Will's going or not.
Right.
I'm looking forward to, no matter who's in charge of the team, who's the head coach or whatever, we got a game in New England again. We got a game in New York City against the Jets. You know, so I'm still looking forward to going to those. So I'll still be there dealing with those for sure. Again, it's not always about the game. It's about the experience and the people you're with. So remember that. So as bad as the team is, if you're amongst friends and family and other fans, like-minded fans that just love this team no matter how bad we are, just look forward to that in 2026. Forget what 2025 was. Let's just move on. And we have no control over what the team does. That's the biggest thing to remember. So we're at the mercy of what they want to do. We just got to sit here and take the beating, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
I'll be here till the day I die, Raider fan. I ain't going nowhere.
There you go. Facts. Yeah, I hope you know, we get this thing figured out. Whatever that looks like, whether it's Pete, whether it's somebody else, I hope we get that figured out. I hope we we draft wisely, and I hope we become aggressive in free agency and start putting an actual competitive team together. I know that we're not going to make waves next season, and that's fine with me. I just want us to at least start moving towards that direction. I thought this year was going to be it. Wasn't it? We regressed, and yeah, it's looked really fucking ugly. So I want us to be able to go ahead. We just turned over the new year. I want us to be able to go ahead and leave 2025 in the past. Like, unfortunately, we have one more game this Sunday. That's a remnant of this terrible season, and we could put that to bed and then just go forward from there and see what happens and see what the future lies. I hope that um, this ownership group really, really thinks about this team, puts his team first, not the fans, but the team, and does the things the right way, the correct way, and puts the team first, not just their best interests in mind. And like the saying goes, the NFL is better when the Raiders are better. It's 100% true. And so we just need to make it happen. This team needs to start just being competitive and being able to eventually work themselves up to being a contender. So I'm all for it. Let's see what happens. I'm still here. I'm always going to be here, ride or die. Been a fan for this fucking long. Why? Like, why? What's the point of going somewhere else?
I ain't changing my colors.
Nah, I like how black looks on me, and I got a lot of shit Raider. So yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But we've been on for almost 3.5 hours, gentlemen. What do you guys have coming up? Where can they find you at? Again, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button on this channel, on the other channels. Hit that subscribe. Silver and Black Radio podcast for my guy Raider Will, 41_Raider_Jeff for Jeff's channel. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. It does really help to go ahead and get the shows out and the channels out to the YouTube universe. If you guys, this is the first time hearing us, hit the notification bell. Stay in tune on what we got going on. Jeff's on like fucking 6 days a week and shit.
No, I cut back.
It was on like twice a
I
week.
chopped it back.
Sometimes twice a week, at least once a week on Tuesdays for sure. I'm on like almost 3 days a fucking week. So make sure you guys hit that noti bell. And then when news goes on, we go on sometimes. So make sure you guys hit that button. Be in the know. Don't be left out in the dark. So appreciate you guys. What do you guys have coming up? Where can they find you at? The other social medias out there. If you guys have other social medias.
Good. Well, you go for it.
Go ahead, Will.
All right, man. What you could do, man, I'm going to tell you guys what. You guys could just look on www.silverandblackradiopodcast.com. We have a website. We have all the shows, everything that we got going on. Also, man, I'll probably be on some show talking right after game day, shoot my shit, probably with the boys, seeing what's going on. And other than that, man, you can catch me every Tuesday on the Most Notorious podcast, where we come up with the TBH crew and we talk Raider Nation stuff. So that's it, man. That's all I got this week. Raider Jeff, let's go, baby.
So my obviously it's 401_Raider_Jeff. That's for my Twitter. That's for my Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. That's for all of it. I've got a new show starting on Friday. Starts at 9:00 Eastern time. This Friday, January 2nd. So tomorrow night, Friday. It's called No Huddle. No timeouts, no excuses. It's open to all 32 fan bases. So it's not strictly a Raiders show. So I'm going to be bringing on fans of other teams, give them their chance to talk about their team. If they're passionate about their team, if you know somebody that's a fan of another team that you think they'd be interested in doing it, have them come on. Don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be on camera. If you just want to put your voice in it, that's fine. I have no problem with that. So that's every Friday night starting this Friday. And then I'm on Tuesday nights with Will for the Most Notorious podcast on Tuesday nights, 10:00 Eastern, 7:00 Pacific. And then I'm sure Jay will bring it up, but Jay and I are on together on the Raider Connection on Wednesday nights. We've taken a hiatus because of the holidays. But Thursday nights, it's myself and Nate, LV Raider 10 on Raiders Coast to Coast on Thursday nights.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll let you have the connection show.
The connection show. There you go. Y'all already know. Make sure you guys hit me up on my other socials. Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and X. And a lot of people are on X right now. JRaider_505. That's JRaider_505. Make sure you guys also pull up for the other shows I got going on. I got Mondays. I got Raiders Unfiltered, usually about 5 p.m. Pacific every damn Monday night. We got the Connection Show. That is a panel show with Jeff, myself, Leo, and Nate. We do that 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. And then Good Morning Raiders, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Pacific on the West Coast. This Saturday, I got my brother here, Raider Jeff. We're going to be doing the 1 year for Good Morning Raiders. I started this last year. Like, it's already been a year. Of the Good Morning.
I was
Raiders
honored
show.
to be the first guest.
The first guest, yes. So we're gonna run it back and do a 1 year show for that one. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up this Saturday for that one. We're gonna be more previewing the Chiefs and kind of getting back into the draft talk, and we'll probably hear some more rumors from now till then. And there's actually a couple bowl games that people should kind of keep their eyes on. We just had Ohio State and Miami. The U upset fucking Ohio State. Crazy. I caught that game. And then there was the 3 bowl games tomorrow, which are top QB prospect, Fernando Mendoza.
That's gonna be a good game. Make sure if anybody that's wanting Mendoza and you haven't watched them or you haven't watched them enough, make sure you watch that game tomorrow because that's gonna be a slobber knocker of a game. It's gonna be the game to watch.
And they're going up against Alabama and Ty Simpson. That's gonna be going. Dante Moore is gonna also be playing tomorrow. So those Dante Moore fans, catch that one as well. I'm literally going to go ahead and get ESPN for the day to go ahead and just watch those 2 bowl games and then the third one. I'm going to watch the third one too. But, I want to definitely watch those 2 and see how those guys pan out. So that's going to be a good one. We'll talk about that and much more on the Good Morning.
One more thing. I'm sure you're going to be around, Jay, on Monday during the day. But if news drops that Pete Carroll got fired, as soon as that happens on Monday, I'm coming live. So be on the lookout. So
yeah,
if you both are around, we'll all be on together. I'm sure.
Yeah, I might have to take a quick a break for a while. That type of thing. From work. I feel a little sick. I might have to log off for a while. So yeah, we're gonna be looking that out on Black Monday. That's what's dubbed Black Monday. So we'll figure it out what's going to be the future for Pete Carroll. And also, it may not happen on Monday. We saw this happen last year. They fucking pound AP on Tuesday, like we just talked about at the beginning of the show. So it could happen later in the week. We don't know. They can kind of bide their time and maybe work out something where Pete doesn't necessarily get fired. Maybe he steps down on his own accord, quote unquote. Right, we don't know. However, I don't ever know. Whatever way comes out, just
no Seattle shit. No front office job. No,
let's get out.
Out. Do you want to put that picture back up again?
Put it back. Oh man,
I'll put it up here real quick. Some people haven't seen it yet. I was asked by Rorschach to make this. There it is.
There you go.
Pete Carroll.
Pete setting himself on his way out of Las Vegas. Poor guy. And his 2 sons to follow. There you go. I was like, it will happen Monday, Jay. Don't you delay the happiness.
I love how the cops look like California Highway Patrol.
No, that's how the Metro guys look. That's how Metro Vegas.
Oh, is it?
Looks like. Yes, they also have that uniform. So they have just Metro on the back.
Love the cowboy hat guy in the back too. He's got a taser in his hand. Everybody in the back, there's tasers everywhere. I'm just noticing this now.
Everybody's getting the licks in. Everybody's getting the licks in. Oh man. Hey, salute my guy Marcus Banks. I appreciate you, my guy. Happy New Year to you and yours. Hope you're having a good one, man. But yeah, that I believe that is our time for today. Again,
that will be the thumbnail when it happens too. But
there you go. That would be a great thumbnail, bro. That would be a great thumbnail for sure. For sure. But that is our time for today. We've been on for 3.5 goddamn hours. Happy New Year to everyone. Thanks for joining us, for everyone rock with us. Thanks for the supers. Thanks for the chats. Everybody who didn't put up a chat, that's all good. Thank you just for bringing this new year with us. Again, another new year with the Raider Nation is always a good year. It's always a good time for sure. But that is it for today. That is it for tonight. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful new year. If you guys are and about, make sure you guys don't drink and drive. But if you do, drive really, really fast. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Call a fucking Uber. Call an Uber. Call a fucking Uber. It's only a fraction of a price. Will save you thousands of dollars as opposed to getting, spending a night in the pokey, because then you'll probably get pokied. You don't want that to happen.
Jesus.
Yeah, there you go. Jeff gifting 10 memberships.
Happy New Year to my
panel.
To my peeps.
Yeah,
hey, Ducky. What's up, Ducky? Happy New Year. I do that every now and then. I did it for Christmas. I dropped 40.
There you go.
Christmas
there you
Eve.
go. There you go.
So,
there you go. Okay. I'm gonna drop one.
I'm tired now.
Yes, me too. Time for me to go ahead and get some rest too. I dropped 5 real quick for my channel. Salute to all the new members. But all right, y'all. That's it. We'll see you guys next time. See you on Saturday.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Guys. Happy New Year.
Thanks for having me on tonight. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
I'm tired, but it was a lot of fun.
There you go. There you go.
It's now almost 5 o'clock. So
there you go. Thank you guys for joining us.
I'll be up by 10.
Yes, no doubt.
All right, y'all. Till next time. Peace.
Stay safe. Go Raiders.
J Raider, the creator with the killer content, hot takes and the dopest. Gas Raider Nation, from Oakland to LA to in Vegas. Nothing greater than the Raiders, only facts. Just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Stand up, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Welcome to the channel. It's called Just Raiders, baby. If you ain't subscribed, then you gotta try. Just Raiders, baby, nothing but love for the Raiders. Been an OG before 93. Shout out to the nation, they always crazy. So nation, ride with me, taking over my style. It's amazing, making hits like Max on the blitz. The silver and black, on the attack. They on the map, if you a fan and you with that. J Raider, the creator with the killer content, hot takes and the dopest. Gas Raider Nation, from Oakland to LA to in Vegas. Nothing greater than the Raiders, only facts. Just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, J Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Putting on shows like Brock on the go. We just like J Raider, the innovator, making shows like Good Morning Raiders, the originator. Raiders Unfiltered, raw, never censored. The post game reaction, nothing but action. Just Raiders, baby. Just Raiders. Just Raiders, baby. J Raider, the creator with the killer content. Hot takes and the dopest, yes. Raider Nation, the only nation. There ain't no question. Just win, baby. Win, baby. Just win.